In our town, we believe in tradition. After all, professional baseball started here. We're a city that cheers when a kid from the West Side or the Burbs sees their big league dreams come true. We're a city that says once a year we're laying claim to our own holiday, whether the boss says so or not. We are Cincinnati, and this is our opening day.
Local 12 presents your opening day parade. Now, live from Fountain Square, your hosts, Bob Herzog and Sheila Gray.
And good afternoon, everyone. How can you hear that, see that video, and not be excited?
I'm so excited about baseball season. I've never been prouder to be a Cincinnatian. I mean, this is how we do it in Cincinnati. It's opening day.
We do it up right. It is the holiday, just like you said. Look at all these people. We have a great view, like we always do, right here at Fifth Vine. And the people are here. They know there's a chance of rain. They don't care.
They do not care. Nothing is going to stop them from getting down here to the heart of the city for this long-standing tradition. 96th year for the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade.
And, of course, eventually that parade will make it right here. But they kick things off at Findlay Market. And I think they already started.
They already rang the bell on the fire truck, and the sirens are sounding over at Findlay Market. And we have cameras all over the city.
Just taking a view of Fountain Square. Look at the people. They're ready. They're ready for a parade. They are ready for Reds baseball.
Let's toss it over to Josh Knight. He is over on the parade route at Findlay Market. Hey there, Josh.
Hey, Sheila. We're taking a look here right now. Nothing moving right where we are, but at the front of the end as you get closer to right around Liberty, things have been moving just a little bit for us, and you're looking at some of the Nasty Born. Norm Charlton will be out there right behind those flags. You can see the girls carrying those. But still, just waiting to get things really kicked off. We do have a few raindrops coming down for us across the area, but it looks very light. I was just checking the radar on the app, and things are looking pretty good. But a lot of buzz in the air. We've been talking to people who have been coming down here her 23rd year in a row. Other people, this is the first time. Some little girls, they're getting pulled in the parade by their mom in a wagon. So everybody excited to see people waving around, the weather not holding anybody back for us this morning. For right now, though, I'll send it back over to you guys.
Live on Fountain Square, and so far so good weather-wise. We've been talking about the possibility of rain all day.
We have, and Josh was just mentioning that he had the app up, John, and he was looking. He was looking to see if any showers were moving in. We got John Gum here. He's been watching the app and everything else as well. What do you think for today?
Well, during parade time, a few little sprinkles or light showers will be possible. Now, as we look at radar, we're picking up a few sprinkles to the northwest of downtown Cincinnati. You can see them there and see the blue and the green there on radar. That's nothing heavy, nothing that's going to really ruin things too much, but you can see a few little very light showers extending across central Hamilton County, some more up there through Butler and Warren County. So over the next couple of hours, you may see a little spotty shower. There's a few more back in Indiana. Unfortunately, the chance of rain is going to increase a bit as we get into game time. We do expect some scattered showers developing during the game. It's not enough to cancel or postpone the game today.
Okay,
good.
But we could see a delay. That is a possibility. Temperatures will be mild, though. Upper 60s by the first pitch, low 60s there by the final out today with a few scattered showers around. The next few days, Bob and Sheila, are going to be unsettled. Rain and storms tomorrow. Scattered rain and storms Wednesday. More rain and storms Thursday. Finally, everything ends on Friday. We'll be in the 70s after today for the next 3 days, even upper 70s Thursday. And then into the weekend, we're going to clear things out and cool it down a bit into the 60s. So while we can't roll out a shower here for parade time, it's not going to be anything terribly heavy. However, during the game, that chance of rain is going to go up a little bit.
We really got lucky, though, when you look at the next few days.
We really have. I mean, we saw some blue peeking through up there in the sky. But if you're a person who's at home right now, and you probably are, watching the parade, but you have tickets for later, you think bring a poncho or something like that for sure?
Bring something in case a shower comes over the ballpark, because that is a pretty good possibility later on.
Awesome. Is this not the best view?
It is great.
Can
this
you
place
believe
is
this?
packed.
Yeah.
Looking right down
Such
to
energy
the
out
street
here.
behind us. Yeah, it's
Rocking and
fantastic.
rolling, ready to go. We have people scattered all over the parade route. We've got people down at Great American Ballpark. Park. It is going to be quite the scene. You can see the Reds rally on the square continuing right now. Folks listening to some great music, doing a little boogie down to get themselves ready for a ball game today.
That's a great band up there. They're doing a lot of great cover hits that we like, and we've been kind of dancing in our seats, and the people out here are dancing to the music. You can see them walking down the street and mouthing all the words as they wait for the parade to make its way from Findlay Market down here to Fountain Square.
For right now, we're fortunate. Most of the water that's coming down is coming out of the fountain. You know what I mean? I don't think a whole lot is dropping from the sky just yet, so we've got that going for us. But I think everybody is excited about this season, and maybe the biggest reason for that is, other than Homer Bailey, who'll be back pretty soon, everybody seems like they're going to be healthy. They're ready to play, and with that comes the optimism of a new year.
That's exactly right. I interviewed Joe Nuxhall one time, and this always sticks with me that Joe said he loved opening day because it was always a clean slate, a fresh start. And, you know, after the horrible long winter that we had and all of that cold weather of March, to be here in April with some warmer temperatures, knowing that baseball is going to be down there at Great American Ballpark, everybody just has a great feeling.
Really, you know, it's almost like spring doesn't start in Cincinnati until you get over that hump of opening day, because the venerable John Lomax will tell you, you got to get past opening day before you can be sure it's not going to snow again.
Well,
because because he has been around and he has seen it snow on this day. But we've got nothing like that today, maybe just a little rain scattered here and there.
Just remember a few years ago when President George W. Bush came in to throw out the first pitch at Great American Ballpark, and it snowed to beat the band. That was a terrible year weather-wise for opening day. But that's the only thing that can put a damper on opening day. You're not going to crush anybody's spirit. They're going to go anyway and have a good time.
Yeah, so they're coming out here one way or the other. And, you know, you look out in that crowd and you see generations together. You see the little tiny baby out there with mom. Mom's got her mom, maybe her dad, and it's a family thing out here.
And then you know people who've been coming for decades to be part of this long-standing Cincinnati tradition. We're not just celebrating baseball. It's really a celebration of our whole city. And let's go over to Josh Knight, who's at Findlay Market at the other end of the parade.
That's right, guys. Hey, I got an offer to ride in the parade. I'm in one of the Mustangs here, and I won't get too far away from you guys, but this is my second parade. How could I not take this opportunity? Nasty Boys are farther in front of me. I've got Mr. Red over here as well. We'll see if we can get some high fives from Mr. Red coming up here in just a few minutes. But parade now clearly underway. We're getting a head start just now, working our way down Ray Street. And we've passed, of course, Findlay Market now. And I better jump out before I lose my camera and my microphone. But things are moving for us. Everybody excited. Lots of whistles blowing, people screaming, waving, hollering, everybody having a good time. And then just on the other side of me, you can see Senator Rob Portman getting ready to start his parade after Rosie Red comes by. Let's see if we can get a high five. Kiss and a high five from Rosie Red. Oh man, what a big day. So lots going on for us. Well, I'll get you a chance to just kind of listen for a little while as everything gets moving here right past Findlay Market.
There's Senator Rob Portman coming into your screen right there on the left.
Of course, now they stop hooting and hollering for me. There you can see Rob Portman getting ready to move probably right after this truck. The Rosie Reds are pulling out of here at this point. Lots of nice flags, and of course led by the mascots. Those are just in front of the truck for us right now as well. All right, everybody, give me a good scream. Come on, give me something here. Since 1964. Good
to see you, man.
How are you? Leading the charge over here.
Yeah, this is a beautiful day, it turned out. Keep the rain away, and you know, hope springs eternal. I'm hoping for a great year for the Reds.
Absolutely. Hey, we were just talking about that back there on Fountain Square. It's a fresh start. It's a new beginning every year. And for you guys, how do you feel? You have a good crew out here today?
We've got a great crew. We've got a really big crew here, and we've also got a lot of enthusiastic Reds boosters. And yeah, I'm pumped up. If we can stay healthy, you know. Yep. Joey Votto's healthy. Jay Bruce is healthy.
Good place to start.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a breakout year for a couple of our younger players, so we'll see what happens.
I love the optimism.
Yeah, we've got, I think, the best player in the league right now at catcher and at third base. So
it's a good place to kick off the season.
Young guys who are going to make it happen.
Awesome. Well, let me step out of the way. Thank you very much. All right, on that, Sheila and Bob, we'll send it to you guys.
Calling out Todd Frazier and Devin Mesoraco.
How about that?
That's really nice.
Guys,
they got a fan in Senator Portman.
Certainly had great years last year, and hopefully going to be able to repeat that once again for the Redlegs. Going to hand it out now to Tim Hedrick, who is not far from where we're sitting right now.
We can see him down there talking to the crowd on 5th Street right here at Fountain Square. Hey, Tim.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Sheila. This is one of those things today we do stories all the time. This is one of those things that is so Cincinnati, right? This is one of those things like Cincinnati chili. It's like Geta. If this didn't happen, this wouldn't be Cincinnati. That's all there is to it. Are you missing school today?
Yeah!
That's why it's Cincinnati. You really are?
Yeah!
You've got the Major League Ball Club, which is like New York, which is like LA, which is like Chicago. But this is a hometown parade with about 250 entrants that draws probably 1 million people. This doesn't happen anywhere else. If you live in Cincinnati and think it does, you're wrong. This is very unusual. It's atypical. This is Cincinnati! We will give you exclusive coverage as these people come by Fountain Square coming up in just a few minutes. But now it's back to the nice plush studios on Fountain Square with Bob and Sheila.
Oh, it's so plush up here.
It really
I think we
is
have craft
nice.
services, free drinks, beverage service.
It's unbelievable up here, but it's also unbelievable at Great American Ballpark. Let's head down there and see what's happening.
Hi, Brad.
Hey, are you guys talking to me?
Yeah, we're talking to you and that other Brad, too.
Oh, well, Brad and I were just sitting talking about a pitch clock, so let me introduce you to our new sports guy. Brad Steinke is coming over from dealing with Arizona Diamondbacks for quite a while. Give us a little history.
Well, I think we can feel each other's pain. Last year, the Reds and the D-backs, a lot of injuries.
It was a struggle.
Long season.
Yeah.
But spring, hope spring's eternal. But, so I've been doing that for the last 14 years. Decided to come here. Are you Brad 1 and I'm Brad 2? How do we work that?
I think you now become Brad 1.
Well, I don't know.
And I'm just the old Brad.
It's a lofty legacy to follow. But excited to be here. Got in town last night. So what better way to start day one in Cincinnati? Day one at Channel 12. Day one for the Reds.
On opening day, you're coming from the desert into quite a baseball atmosphere, and this is kind of a tradition here. Hedrick just talked about this is so Cincinnati. This is not the first time in your ballpark.
No. I traveled with the D-backs, so I've been here 4 or 5 times, and what a great city. We run along the river. We stay downtown at Fountain Square. And so I know a little bit about the heritage here, but was out last night in the Over the Rhine area, got a bite to eat, and bumped into a lot of people wearing Reds gear already, and they told me about the parade. I know about Skyline Chili already.
You're already into
sure,
that.
Yeah, but they just said be prepared opening day here, unlike any other place. And so, I'm going to take it all in.
Well, the tradition
kind of guide me through.
I can help guide you through. Mike Burke will help guide you through as well. Situation, as we talked about with Arizona and the Reds struggling with injuries last year. What do you hear on the trail outside of Cincinnati about this team coming in? Because expectations aren't very lofty for this team this year.
Yeah, and it's great that I know Brian Price. He was with the Diamondbacks, a great guy. Jay Bell as well. Mike Leake played at Arizona State, so familiar with some of the guys. And was out there at spring training a little bit. But I think as the outsiders, health is a big issue. I don't know. You can't prepare for that in spring training. Happened to the D-backs as well. Leadership in the clubhouse. Baseball is a long grind, 162 games, and you need someone to step up and be that guy.
And it's been that question mark
here. Yes,
in
good times, bad times. You certainly want that from your skipper, but I think clubhouses have to be self-policed, and I think that's a big key. And getting some bats back in this lineup. Joey Votto has to have a big-time year, and up and down the lineup. I just think health and guys getting numbers that they've had in the past is key. But I think most observers know what an incredibly tough division this is, and there's no room for error.
And starting out with one of those teams, the Pirates, that a lot of people believe will win this division. So we can chat for a little while here.
Yeah.
That's a nice little intro. Brad 1, Brad 2, thing 1, thing 2. We'll send it back to you, Sheila and Bob.
It's wonderful to see Brad here, and we're glad he's on the good side of baseball
Part of the team
the
now.
National League.
Yeah, it's great to have him, and obviously very knowledgeable about the Reds already.
Yes.
So good to have him down there keeping an eye on things with Brad 1. Old Brad. I can't call him Old Brad because I'm afraid he might smack me around for that.
No.
But great to have him hanging out down at GABP. We're hanging out here on Fountain Square for the 96th Findlay Market Opening Day Parade.
This is where families come together and we celebrate Cincinnati, and we're going to do it some more in just a moment after this quick break.
We have all your fashion needs under one roof. With over 120 specialty shops, you're sure to find exactly what you're looking for.
Tri-County Mall, let's get together.
How oftentimes we hear the praises sung of wealthy men.
But you very seldom hear them sing of the honest working man.
His hands may be both rough and hard, his clothes and speech be plain.
But you will find his manly heart without a spot or stain. Let us give 3 cheers with right goodwill.
For the honest working man.
Hi, I'm Gary Freitag, president of the Spring Grove family of companies. In addition to our flagship cemetery, Spring Grove owns Oak Hill Cemetery in Tri-County and the Gwen Mooney Funeral Homes with 4 convenient locations across Cincinnati. Spring Grove has a comprehensive offering of end-of-life services, including funeral, cemetery, reception, and cremation services to meet every family's needs and budget. The Spring Grove family of companies, when it simply matters the most, we are here for all your funeral, cemetery, and cremation needs.
Ford is taking the EcoBoost Challenge all across America.
Here we go.
Check out Escape and find out why Ford is the brand more people buy and buy again.
Wow. That's a 4-cylinder? I thought it was a 6.
I definitely feel the EcoBoost in the Ford Escape. That's like a sports car. I just opened my trunk with my foot. I prefer, without a doubt, the Escape over the CR-V.
Take the EcoBoost Challenge and get an Escape with 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $500 cash back, plus $750 Conquest cash, or lease for only $199 a month.
Shop Watson's Spring Fever Sale for 30 to 70% off on patio furniture from the nation's top manufacturers. Watson's has over 120 sets on display. 5-piece dining sets from $3.99. 7-piece cast aluminum sets $13.99. 4-piece wicker groups $8.99. 5-piece seating groups with gas fire pit are blowout priced at $16.99. Plus get special financing only at Watson's.
We have all the fun.
Make Tri-County Mall your spring shopping destination. We have all your fashion needs under one roof. With over 120 specialty shops, you're sure to find exactly what you're looking for.
Tri-County Mall, let's get together.
And welcome back, everyone. It is the 96th Findlay Market Opening Day Parade here on Local 12.
Bob Herzog and Sheila Gray live with you from Fountain Square with, I don't know, 80,000 of our closest friends.
We're tight with all these people.
I'm not good at crowd estimates, but I'm telling you what, the streets of Cincinnati are packed with revelers today. So excited to get another baseball season going here in Cincinnati.
Everybody is ready to go, thinking good thoughts, hoping good things for those Redlegs, and ready for a parade to just head on down this way.
You know, it's not fancy. It's not like the Rose Bowl parade or one of those Macy's Thanksgiving Day parades. We don't have, real fancy floats. It's just regular folks. It's your friends and your neighbors, maybe a few politicians out there shaking hands and kissing babies.
We got room on the old fire truck. Everybody jump on, right?
That's exactly right. But that's what Cincinnati is all about. And it's a big party here in Cincinnati.
A huge party, and it's all over, all along the parade route, but also down along the banks, too.
That's right. Our sports anchor, Mike Burke, is over at the Reds Community Fund block party over at the banks. Hi, Mike.
Hey, guys. How you doing? We've been here for about 90 minutes. The foot traffic really starting to pick up now. Not the case at the Holy Grail on the banks because that's been packed since dawn, I think. It's been so crowded over there. People making their way here, Main Street, Freedom Way, and it's packed all the way down to Walnut towards Paul Brown Stadium, so it's not just this little area here. Hey, you guys, you ready for opening day or what?
Yeah!
You guys any good at baseball?
Yeah.
It's not what I heard.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding around. Hey, you guys have fun today. You going inside soon?
No.
A little bit. Couple hours. Have fun today, guys. All right? Drink juice only, all right? Let's send it back to you guys. As we'll come back here because, again, as we get closer to the gates opening, the foot traffic here will really start to pick up. Let's send it back to you guys.
I tell you what,
Thank
I
you,
was down at that block party one year, and it was like sardines all smashed in a can. You can't even move.
Well, and it's such a cool place for folks to have different venues to go to before and after the game, and when you throw the block party on top of it, man, you can put some people down there.
And I love the fact that they've organized it so that it raises money for a good cause. The Reds Community Fund does so much around our community to help young people learn the sport of baseball and build good character, and it's a really great reason to go down and party a little bit with the Reds.
You know, and so much of the tradition when you talk about the Cincinnati Reds is talking about the great teams of the past and trying to emulate what some of those great teams have done.
Bob and I were talking earlier this morning about how we cannot believe
Don't
it's
say
been
it. Just don't say it.
25
No.
years.
No.
Since
It can't have been.
1990 wire-to-wire World Championship team Reds.
Doesn't seem like it can be 25 years ago.
I didn't quite say that right.
But I knew what you meant.
You knew. 1990 wire-to-wire, and the Nasty Boys, of course, a huge part of that.
Absolutely. 25 years ago, they were the most feared bullpen in baseball, propelling the Reds to that awesome wire-to-wire season and a World Series championship.
And the whole thing holds a very special place in the heart of Cincinnati, as our Rob Braun reports now.
The Nasty Boys look a little bit different today than they did in 1990, don't they? We all do. They changed lives. What they accomplished has not changed, however. They changed my life. It happened here at Mount St. Joseph. I'll explain in just a moment. Can you remember the run? It was wire to wire in first place. I kept waiting for something to go wrong. It didn't happen. Day after day, more wins. The anticipation of something going wrong grew into this belief that maybe we would all ride this wave right to the World Series. Could we feel that confidence again like we did in the 70s? A whole new generation of fans was learning what believing you were actually going to win this game too feels like.
That ball is fair! Cincinnati!
The Nasty Boys were arguably the biggest reason why. When any one of them, and sometimes all of them in one game, would come to the mound, there was a certain confidence about what was about to happen. It's similar to what you feel today when Aroldis Chapman steps up to finish a game. The first two games were played in Cincinnati and then out to Oakland for Game 3 and 4. I traveled with the team and remember the stadium was sort of old school and the turf was real grass and beautiful. The team not only went wire to wire during the regular season, they swept the World Series. I was on the field with my crew immediately after the win.
I just read an article in Sports Illustrated. I mean, everybody expected the A's to just sweep us, and we swept them. And it's just something, boy. Nobody can take it away from us.
We just showed everybody that we're not quitting team. We're the best team now, and they got to beat us next year.
We've had ups and downs, and there's a lot of people stuck with us. Well, they got a lot to be proud about now because World Championships doesn't happen very often.
The attitude and the confidence that the Nasty Boys brought to the mound was evident every day. I was registered for school here at Mount St. Joe to finish some degree work in 1990 when the station sent me to cover the team in Oakland at the World Series. I was on the field when they won the World Series. The thrill of my life, as a matter of fact, and I wouldn't change a thing. I'm Rob Braun. I'll see you tonight.
Wow.
That's awesome.
What a feeling that must have been.
Oh. There when Todd Benzinger caught that foul ball to wrap the whole thing up. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we're still waiting for that next World Series ring to come our way.
That'd
this
be
could
nice,
be the year.
Let's
this
hope
could be
so.
The year.
We got the parade cranked up, and who is that crazy woman dancing down the street right now?
Why, I believe that's Cammie Deerkin.
Check this out. We were just hearing from Rob Braun, and now we have Rob Braun's other half from 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock. How are you, Cammie?
I am having so much fun, Josh. This is just the best being in this parade. Baseball's starting. Spring is here. Summer's around the corner. Life is good.
I saw you were not in that truck for very long. You jumped out. You got to be part of this.
I have to because, out the window it just doesn't feel like I'm close to the people. But now my truck's getting away from me, so I better head up there. Have fun today. Go Reds!
Hey, Cammie's not the only one that's been excited down here. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. There is a special float that I want you guys to look for coming your way. It has the big red machine, has George Foster on there, but there's somebody else who you might recognize along with a giant washing machine. One of the ones that gave me a little bit of a shock, but you can see it just continues down the way. We're just getting things started here at Findlay Market, and there is a lot more to come. We're getting some nice waves from some cute little kids, and just getting excited. Lots of bands too. So far 2 bands have come by. Let's see here. Let's see if we can talk to somebody over here. Are you excited to be here? Is this your first parade? No. Your second parade already? This is my second parade. Can you believe that? What's it like to come down here at the bank?
Hey, it's a great time. We enjoy it. We've done it for 3 or 4 years now. Always an experience.
Yes, that is for sure. We've got all ages over here too, so just a little bit younger, soaking up maybe his first or second one as well. So just having a blast. Bob, Sheila, probably getting a little closer to you at this point. The other good news, still dry. We had a few of those sprinkles, certainly not holding anybody back. And with that, I'll send it to you two.
Great music from the Jack Sandell High School Marching Band.
And like you said, that's kind of what makes this parade so great. You've got high school bands out there. I mean, it is old school. It is a parade the way a parade is supposed to be.
Look, there's a guy with a tuba on one of the floats there. Fantastic. He probably rolls that thing out once a year for opening
Much
day.
respect for tuba players.
For the parade.
They don't.
They have to carry that big instrument.
Can I just say, seeing Cammie running down the street, I mean, a lot of people would have just stayed in the truck.
I know.
And done the little, you know, wave, you know what I mean, like this. Not Cammie, though. Cammie is on the street, man. I love it. I love it.
I love it, too. She's got more energy than anybody I've ever seen, except maybe you.
That's why they try to keep the two of us separated at all
that
times.
Could be dangerous,
I don't know if you've
right?
noticed that. Yeah.
I know. Look at the scene from Fountain Square now. Really, the crowd has gotten thick with families down here, kids skipping school, babies seeing their parade for the first time.
And you mentioned kids skipping school, and our own Tim Hedrick was out talking to some young men who were unabashed, I say, about skipping school earlier. I don't know who he's out there with now. Tim, what do you got?
You know, the weather was nice last year. It's perfect this year because there's a little breeze and it's not too hot, it's not too cold. But I think we go about 10 deep on the parade route right now. It's really thick along the entire parade route. And how do you bring your children to the parade? This is how they do it right here. They throw them in the shopping cart and they wheel them to the parade. Genius. That's what it is, genius. This would also be called So Cincinnati. How about that? There is a huge crowd down here. Even if it sprinkles, they're not going anywhere. Nothing's going to ruin the parade today. Temperatures are absolutely perfect for this thing. And I think they're probably just around the corner. It's 12:30, and they're supposed to be here any moment. Stay with Local 12. Back to Sheila and Bob.
Yeah, it'll be great because Tim, he climbs on the parade entries. He talks to the people with the parade entries. It's going to be a lot of fun when
Tim will make it feel like you are in the parade.
That's
quite
right.
literally. And again, Sheila and I kind of have maybe the best view anywhere along the parade route because more or less what you're seeing is what we're seeing when we turn around from our position here right at 5th and Vine. And you can see it is just about to arrive. The 96th Findlay Market Opening Day Parade is just about to arrive at Fountain Square.
Cincinnati police officers down there with their sirens and lights going, marking the start of a brand new baseball season. We always celebrate it here with the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade.
And sometimes it is just nice to kind of sit back and listen to the sounds of the parade.
Agreed.
Be it the sirens blaring or the bands playing or the crowd cheering or the baby snoring. I don't think that baby's snoring, but look at that little baby right there.
Aww.
Are you
That is
kidding me with that little baby?
sweet.
Oh. That baby's going to miss the parade. Do you wake the baby, Sheila? Do you wake the baby so the baby makes sure to see the parade?
Don't you wish you could sleep like that during a crowd and noise and
I'm not going to lie. I could crawl under this table and go to sleep right now.
Could. You saw that big plume of steam come up out of that first car. That's the Rossi Fireworks entrance. And they, you know, of course, they provide the fireworks down at the ballpark when the Reds hit a home run.
Are they firing off the fireworks as they
Yes,
come
they
down
are.
along 5th Street? Are you kidding
Yes,
me?
they are. Just like they're going to do that when somebody hits a home run today at Great American Ballpark. Hopefully it'll be Joey Votto.
I love
with
it.
the first home run of the season. Or maybe Todd Frazier.
Or maybe Marlon Byrd, the new addition this year, who they're hoping gives them a little pop in that lineup.
That's right.
Who knows who's going to get the first one?
Rossi's
We're
in
ready.
their special effects there. And a few of the famous family members. And then, of course, you have the Cincinnati Police Motorcycle Brigade. I love watching them do those tricks with the motorcycles.
I do too. I do too. And you can tell as we look a little further down 5th Street, as the parade is just getting there. Look from our standpoint, everybody's going up on tiptoes now.
That's
Tim
right.
was saying they're 10 deep. lined up along the street. The tiptoes have begun. Everybody wants to see what's going on.
Yeah, and the kids are lucky because they get to be up on Dad's
They're
shoulders.
up on the shoulders. You got it.
You remember that when you were a kid, you could ride on Dad's shoulders?
Absolutely.
Some of the best memories of childhood were gotten from high atop Dad's shoulders there, like these boys and girls are getting today. Thank you, Rozzies.
I believe Rozzies has spoken again. I think thousands of people just all jumped at once. Kaboom. And you can see again the police motorcycle brigade doing their thing.
You know, the very first opening day parades were really just small parades with the Reds involved. Maybe a merchant or two. One of the first ones only had like 3 entries.
And now people are just lining up to get in.
It was really a way of getting people to go to the ball game, not so much to celebrate and have a big party like we do now. I mean, now we're just celebrating the Cincinnati tradition, you know, the first professional baseball team.
And can you imagine, I don't want to look too far into the future, but here we are at number 96. Can you imagine when this thing hits 100?
Oh, I hope we're sitting right here together.
I hope
Won't that
we are
be off
too.
the hook?
I hope we are too.
That would be off the hook.
Yes, it would.
So the police motorcycle brigade is going by, and then right behind them, the Cincinnati Fire Department.
And this portion of Local 12's opening day parade coverage is brought to you by Cincinnati Bell, now with new Optics Gig Internet. It's 100 times faster than the average internet. Cincinnati Bell's new Optics Gig Internet. What's your gig of life?
Here comes the fire truck and the Cincinnati Fire Department. Many of our brave firefighters driving and walking with Engine 5, which is the traditional engine for the Findlay Market opening day parade. And the fire department will also be involved in the game today. During the 7th inning, God Bless America will be sung by Cincinnati firefighter John Winfrey. During the 7th inning, that's when we sing God Bless America. And today, that song will be dedicated in honor of fallen hero FAO Daryl Gordon, who was laid to rest last week after dying in the line of duty.
Certainly during a moment of celebration will be a time of reverence, I think, when that happens.
I think so, too. And on the side of the second fire truck up here, there's a big thank you, and there's a picture of FAO Daryl Gordon.
And you can sort of feel the respect
Absolutely.
that people have for our police and for our firefighters as they make their way along 5th Street now.
Cincinnati, of course, the first paid firefighters in America, the first professional firefighting organization, just like the Reds were the first professional sports team.
There's got to be a connection there, doesn't there?
Absolutely. And a big thank you there on the side of the fire truck. Thank you, Cincinnati firefighters.
It's great to see the families up on top, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Sirens may be getting a little loud for some out in the crowd right now. Or maybe it was the booms from Rozzie's fireworks earlier. I'm not sure.
And Union 48 there has a couple of smaller vehicles bringing up the rear with some supporters there.
Tim is on the move. And Tim is now jumping on one of the vehicles, as I expected he would eventually.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, yeah, this is one of those vehicles they use to evacuate people from different areas.
Exactly.
What's it called exactly?
Evacuation vehicles.
Well, there you go. I guess I was along the right term there. But I used one of these, or I saw one of these in a fire. They like to keep reporters away. They like to keep firefighters going in and out on these vehicles, correct?
Right, yes. Yeah, mass casualty incidents where we got to move a lot of people, we'll use these.
Great. Thank you very much.
Cincinnati Police Department Honor Guard and Chief Jeffrey Blackwell is going over to people in the crowd there and shaking hands with some of Cincinnati's finest. Citizens on patrol joining members of the Cincinnati Police Department. And I like seeing those young members of the Citizens on patrol.
I do too.
Learning early on that it's up to all of us. Let's go back over to Tim.
Yeah, Tim's got the chief with him. Hey, Tim.
Yeah, Chief Blackwell here. What do you think, Chief? Opening day? Unbelievable. You're sweating under there.
I'm sweating under here. But I'm in shape. I'm walking. They're mad because I won't get in my car. Nice red Corvette somewhere. I'd rather walk and be with the people.
Good for you. Thanks for the time.
All right.
Have a good parade.
Thank you.
I'd rather walk and be with the people, which is pretty much what Cammie said a little while ago.
How can you not? I mean, you're walking down the street. Everybody is so happy. How can you not want to be part of that crowd?
Coming up next, we've got the 338 Army Band. The Army Band, component band from Columbus, Ohio, and Livonia, Michigan. Part of the 88th Regional Support Command, a region that goes from Ohio to Oregon and Washington State. There are 6 Army bands total in the 88.
Let's listen to them. Fitting for the Pendleton County High School NJROTC to be behind the band there. With members from Falmouth, Kentucky. That's the Navy Junior ROTC, Color Guard and Drill Team. One of my favorite things about going to the game on opening day is when they unfurl that huge flag that's almost as big as the baseball field. And the U.S. Navy reservists will be doing that today. That just gives you such a feeling of pride.
It gives you goosebumps.
It does.
It absolutely does.
It does. The Sheriff's Department's going to be doing a flyover today.
Got the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary making a way through with one of their aquatic vehicles at the game, presenting colors at the stadium, not during the parade, but actually down at the ballpark today.
And right behind them, see who that is? The Nasty Boys are coming up 5th Street.
Won't be long as we see the Coast Guard vehicle pass by there.
There's the Findlay Market float, opening day parade float. And Whole House Lackner Signs did that big sign on the Findlay Market float. 50 people there.
And unless I am greatly mistaken, they are singing Uptown Funk on the Whole House Lackner Signs float and doing a fine job. And there they are. The Nasty Boy. It just got nasty on Fountain Square. It got all nasty up in here.
Rob Dibble, Norm Charlton, and Randy Myers in the crowd is yelling and waving to those guys.
And you know, Rob said it earlier, there's something very similar to when those guys used to come into the game to how we are with Aroldis now. It's just electric, and you expect fire.
We're going to be live here in just a moment.
That was a really great way of putting it, the way Rob did. I think Tim is going to be talking to these guys here.
All right.
Us there, but this is us here.
Tim is ready to get right in the middle of the Nasty Boys. Tim, you got him?
Mr. Myers, Mr. Dibble, Mr. Charlton, were you guys ever in the parade during your tenure with the Cincinnati Reds?
No, we were always at the stadium.
That's right, but I remember you in the 1990 postseason parade. Were you in that parade?
Absolutely.
You don't remember.
Well, there's no parade, but it was Fountain Square where we had to go.
Yeah. Raining. What do you think?
This is way better. It's awesome.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
I'm a fishing guide.
A fishing guide?
Yeah.
How about that? Mr. Myers, what are you doing with yourself?
I just do a lot of charity work for a lot of things. I'm here, we're raising money for charity, and it's all good.
Good for you. Mr. Dibble, I see you on television occasionally. What else you got going on?
I'm a bounty hunter.
A bounty hunter?
Yep. Track down bad guys, yep.
Really?
Yeah.
What do the Reds need this year? What?
They need to stay healthy.
Stay healthy?
Just wins.
Wins?
Yep.
They win 105 games, they'll win their division.
Cures everything, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Get going. Back to you, Bob and Sheila.
That was awesome.
Why is Rob Dibble Bounty Hunter not a reality show right now? Why has that not happened?
I don't know.
We need to get that done.
I was asking you, is that for real? Is that for real? Hey, guys.
I don't know, but I want it to be.
I know.
If I knew Rob Dibble was coming after me, I would just surrender. I would just give up right now.
Those three combined for 351 strikeouts. I mean, think about that, 351 strikeouts.
And the thing is, like when Dibble took the mound, he's bringing smoke. I mean, you know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And you still are not going to touch him with that baseball bat. Oh, what a time. What an electric
They must
time.
be having a great time together, too.
It's got to be fun for those guys to get back together
Yes.
and come back for something like this.
They're the bagpipers from the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department, and Sheriff Jim Neal is walking behind them there.
You can't miss Sheriff Neal. He is a tall drink of water, that guy.
He is. And such a good guy. Nice guy from the west side.
And I believe Tim has maybe grabbed the sheriff as well.
Sheriff, you just told me you're still playing old-timer softball on the west side.
No,
I used to play a long time ago.
Well, I know.
I graduated to the league above that, I think.
The super seniors.
Super. What do you think, Chief?
This is
Or what do you
awesome.
think?
And thank you for keeping the rain away.
Oh, it's not a problem.
God bless
Everything
you.
under control?
Yes, sir.
Everything going well?
Yes, sir.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sheriff Neal's going to be sending his helicopter to do a flyover today during the pregame ceremonies at Great American Ballpark.
I love it. I love it.
Is that the Reds rally pack?
It sure looks like it.
Yeah, that's the Reds rally pack. They didn't bring their T-shirt cannon with them today.
Do you think they can get a T-shirt this far?
Hey, guys.
Come on.
Come on.
Put some juice in one of those. Come on now. Throw that thing this far.
Throw us a T-shirt.
I don't know. I don't know if he's got the arm for it. That's not deep enough. No.
No. and
They
it's
need
no
one of those
good.
cannons.
Here it comes. Here, nope.
They need one of those cannons, Sheila. That's what they need.
Oh, well. But they're fun.
Here's Mr. Red coming down the street off of this one, too.
Very nice.
Mr. Red making his way. We saw him down at Great American Ballpark this morning.
Yes.
Good morning, Cincinnati. Look at this little guy. Is he not loving what's happening in front of him right now?
So excited to see Mr. Red.
I bet he is. Look at him.
Hi, Mr. Red. Oh, he's adorable.
That face kind of sums it up right there, doesn't
You
it?
know, I was just thinking that really says what this day is all about.
Absolutely.
We are all just excited as excited as that little boy is today. Hi, Tim. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, this is maybe the best interview I do all season. Mr. Red, how many wins? 96 wins. Woo!
That's awesome.
And I believe we've got some of the Reds players heading our way, and I've got to get a better look so I can see who's actually in that car.
Well, is that George Foreman? No, that's not. I don't know who.
George Foster.
George Foster.
But it's not. That is
George Foster.
George Foreman. He may be here with a grill. George Foreman.
George Foster. I can't tell
Who is, guys? Who's out there in the car? Can you guys tell? You know what? Tim's going to grab him probably. Tim will be in the convertible.
There's Chris Welsh from Fox Sports. And there's Rosie Red.
There's Rosie.
Hold on. We'll see if they go live to us.
Go ahead, Tim.
We can hear you, buddy.
Talk to our Reds players, Tim.
I think he's got Chris maybe out there. Tim, can you hear us?
Yeah, I've got Chris Welch actually in back of the Reds players. I'm sorry, I'm one behind. What Red players do we have here?
He's good.
What Red players do we have?
He's running between
Hey,
floats
hey,
now.
hey! Who are you guys? What's your name?
What?
What? Oh, no English? Okay. How about the other guy? Who's he?
Anthony Descalfani.
Oh, it's a couple of the new guys.
Oh, boy. You know what? We're getting Chris Welch.
Well, and the thing is, with new guys like that, can you imagine how they feel right now in the midst of all of this?
It's got to be
How are you?
Oh,
the
man.
hard stuff today, getting the good weather here. Exactly right, yeah. We're not expecting anything but a sprinkle or a light shower from time to time.
I'm expecting a good time. This is so exciting. Every opening day gets better and better.
This crowd is incredible, isn't it, Chris?
You know, I told these young men that are riding with from the Madisonville Braves, the little crowds are up by Finley Market. Wait till we turn the corner to get the Fountain Square. It is unbelievable.
They don't do this anyplace else in the nation, do they?
I'm so excited. I'm going to lose my voice before the game gets here.
Have a good year.
I may have to have you sit in.
Good to see you.
We're hoping that Chris calls a lot of wins.
That would be a very, very good thing.
They're the folks from the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, all dressed up in their vintage baseball club replica uniforms from 1869, the Reds' first year. Members of the Cincinnati Red Stockings and the Cincinnati Buckeyes are carrying the banners.
And we've talked about it before. If you've not been down to the Reds Hall of Fame, I mean, some of the displays, some of the exhibits, it is every bit Cooperstown. It just happens to be Cincinnati Reds specific, and who could ask for better than that?
And you know, I've never been to Cooperstown, but having gone to the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, I almost feel like I don't need to go because this is my team.
Right.
You know, and there, I love the exhibit, the part of the exhibit where you can stand among the big red machine.
Oh, yeah.
You can just stand there with the players.
It's great.
Unbelievable.
It is great. And Mr. Redlegs making his way through with that powerful mustache. Do you like the mustache look? Do you prefer Mr. Red or Mr. Redlegs?
You know what? You got to love the tradition of Mr. Redlegs, but you know who else you got to love is Gapper, and Tim Hendricks with him right now.
My second favorite interview of the Reds season. Gapper, how many wins for the Reds this year? 102? 102!
Oh, good old Gapper.
All right, I believe I'm hearing some Van Halen somewhere.
I hear some Van Halen.
Yeah.
Is that Senator Portman rocking out to some Van Halen?
It might have been. It could have been
Maybe,
Senator Portman.
Or it could be Attorney General Mike DeWine. I don't know.
They both seem like Van Halen guys to me.
They kind of do, yeah. Look at these guys in their Cincinnati Reds hats. They look like they've got the brand new Cincinnati Reds hats out just for the opening day parade with their families. Love to see these crowds down here on Fountain Square.
I kind of like when we get to the point where people realize they have to cross the street and they are trying to figure out the exact right time to try to get across.
Yeah, how are you going to do that? How are you going to do that?
Tim's back out there, and he's got someone new. Who are you with now, Tim?
Can you imagine walking the length of the parade with legs like that? My goodness, get along, little doggy, get along.
He's an Ohio State fan.
Is that little doggy in Ohio State gear?
Yeah, I think so.
That was
and
a
you
Buckeye
know,
right there.
Opening night is going to be Ohio State night at the ballpark.
Urban Meyer's going to be there.
And the national championship winning football team, they're going to throw out simultaneous first pitches. And they'll have the national championship trophy on display for fans to see.
Going to be a lot of happy local Buckeye fans.
That's right. Hey, winners of the very first college national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes. There's some vintage cars, Ford trucks, built tough. Okay, how about a little trivia
This
for
is something
you?
a little new for us here.
We have not done this before, and we're going to, the first one.
Here's our question. What current Red Star was drafted originally as a catcher?
So I'm guessing it wouldn't be Devin Mesoraco.
It's not going to be a catcher because why would we ask it that way?
Yeah. How about, I'm trying to think of who's a really good catcher. Maybe, what Todd Frazier, because when he was a Little League player, he wasn't a catcher.
But it seems like it would be that kind of guy.
Maybe
yeah.
Jay Bruce?
I don't know. We're going to tell you in just a little bit. We're going to have that answer. What Red Star drafted as a catcher?
Okay.
Let's go back down to Tim now, though.
A lot of great cars, a lot of great trucks in this parade. Give me a few details about this one.
It's 56. Ford.
56 what? I'm not that smart.
56 Ford.
56 Ford.
Yeah.
How long did it take to recondition?
About 20 years.
20 years to redo?
Altogether.
Holy mackerel. Did you paint it yourself? No, had someone else do it? Yeah. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Beautiful, beautiful.
20 years to get that thing up and looking that pretty.
That's fantastic.
I've been driving my car for about 20 years. That's a whole different thing.
Opening day in Cincinnati. Nobody else does it the way we do. I was reading an old interview with Sparky Anderson, who came here in 1970 to manage the Reds, and he said, ain't nobody got something like this or something. I mean, that was his quote. It was like he just could not believe it. And I had the pleasure of interviewing Sparky a few years ago when he was the parade grand marshal.
Yeah.
I got to talk to him, and he just You know, he wasn't a Cincinnati native. He wasn't a Cincinnati guy, but he loved opening day. He loved this part of Cincinnati.
And what is not to love? As I'm looking down 5th Street again, one of the other views that I absolutely adore, Sheila, is that little piece of the skywalk that we still got sitting there above 5th Street, and looking at people who still pack along that skywalk and look down as the various floats go underneath. We'll get that shot down 5th Street. You can give it a gander, but I can remember being up on those skywalks. You know what I mean?
I know,
when
me
they
too.
Were
I think I watched
parts.
watched one of our St. Patrick's Day parades from that skywalk. Somebody who just walked under it, Jim Scott from 700 WLW, just did his last radio show on Friday.
Is.
A Cincinnati legend.
Icon.
Almost 50 years in broadcasting here in Cincinnati, and Tim Hedrick's going to catch up with him.
Yeah, I think it was 54 years, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I remember. 1919 was a hell of a year for the World Series.
You know, I was mentioning earlier today that this parade is one of the things that makes Cincinnati, Cincinnati. But you as well, my friend, are one of the things that makes Cincinnati, Cincinnati. And if you think about it, how many millions of people listen to your voice during times of national news, during times of catastrophe, during times of flooding in the tri-state, it's almost utterly absurd.
And life is sometimes utterly absurd, but life is good, and this is so sweet today.
I'm so glad you went out the way you wanted to go out. Give us an idea what you're going to do.
I'm going to do things that begin with S, like sleep in, siesta, snooze. I think I could have a steak Friday since Lent's over. Hey, thank you for being
Jim,
such a good friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Very much.
Take care. Congratulations.
The one and only Jim Scott. I wonder if he's going to keep carrying the Grippos bag in his back pocket.
You never know. I got a feeling he might. You know, we were talking about Cincinnati icons, and not far behind one Jim Scott, I believe I see Anthony Munoz about ready to make his way to where Tim Hedrick is standing. The Anthony Munoz Foundation doing great work and represented in the parade today by none other than Anthony himself.
And he's got his son, Michael, there with him on the float. The Anthony Munoz Foundation, and it says on the float, Cincinnati's future All-Stars. I don't know anyone in this community who does more to bring up young people than Hall of Famer Anthony Munoz. And Tim's up on the float with him now.
Anthony, what do you think, opening day?
This is amazing. I tell you what, this is speaks volumes for the city. Great city.
You know what? You look better every single year. I mean, guys age and guys look worse as they get older. You look better and better every single year.
You've always been a real encourager. I appreciate those kind of words. It's running after all these little guys. I got all these grandbabies. I got to run after them and stay in shape.
Tell the folks at home what you're doing with yourself.
Well, most of my time I got the foundation that we're running. This is our 14th year. So I get to work with my son, Michael. We have a great staff. And I have a couple of small companies. We have an agency that we're doing some character stuff nationally. We're kicking off some character stuff in London. We're working with the league, and then I have an apparel company. So other than that, with 8 grandbabies, just kind of sitting around not doing anything.
Good to see you,
Great
my friend.
seeing you as
Take
always.
care. Take care.
An unbelievable football player and a heck of a nice guy to boot.
He is such a good guy.
Yes,
and
he
look at
is.
this little sweetheart waving to the camera. Now there's an anchor man if ever I saw one.
That guy's ready.
He's got a career in television.
Got his little Reds rookies bib on, looking
Yes, he
good,
does.
looking good.
What a sweetheart. And that wagon coming up the street there with the big horses is a historic tally-ho wagon from the 1800s. Ray Wegman and Sons restored that. Isn't that beautiful?
You know, it's a rough job. The guy with the garbage can following the horses.
Yeah, that might not be too much
That's
fun.
a tough spot to be in. Speaking of the guy with the shovel and the garbage can, let's go back to Tim.
You guys can keep going.
All right, we'll just keep running.
How do you get this gig? You don't study real hard?
Yeah, you stay in school, or kids, you could end up like this.
That's right. That's right. Study hard, stay in school, kids.
I hate
That's
to
all.
ask you, you've been busy this afternoon?
We've been busy, yeah.
Yeah?
Well, yes, we have. These horses are working out a little bit, and
It's working out.
Is this a minimum wage thing, part-time job?
If they doubled our salary, we'd still get 0.
Take care.
Very nice.
Oh, my goodness. Everybody having fun out here at the 96th Annual Findlay Market Opening Day Parade. We asked a trivia question a little while ago,
Yes,
Sheila.
we did. And did you figure out the answer?
You know what?
Our producer didn't tell us.
Look at that.
Joey Votto
As a
was
catcher.
drafted as a catcher.
I had no idea. I had not
Neither
heard
did
that
I.
before. How
Neither
about
did
that?
I.
And what a critical year for Joey.
Yes.
What a critical year. Not
He
only
missed like 100 games last year.
yeah, for his own career and bouncing back, but as Joey goes, largely so the Reds will go this year. That and the starting rotation, of course.
Absolutely. It was painful to miss him and Jay Bruce and Brandon Phillips last year, but they're all healthy. And they're in the opening day lineup today at Great American Ballpark as the Reds take on the Pittsburgh Pirates, looking for a little revenge after that wild card loss last year.
Mentioned the lineup, and the lineup itself could be a little interesting for folks as Ryan Price kind of tipped his hat a little bit, said it could look like what happened over the weekend. And over the weekend in Montreal, you had Joey bat second and you had Brandon Phillips bat.
Hey, look, I'm on a float.
Batting 7th. Look, Sheila is on a float. Well, you better talk about what that float's all about.
That's a Joe Nuxall Miracle League float, but Brad Johansson is with someone much more important, Mr. Marty Brenneman.
A Hall of Famer, a Hall of Famer.
They have 2 boxes in the studio. She has to stand on.
Oh, I don't know.
I am? Really? I can't hear you guys. So you have to scream at me all the time. Marty, they're screaming at me.
That's not very nice, Brad. I don't like that at all.
But it's opening day, and you got to get people's attention. So let's get their attention.
Okay.
Here, we come into this, and you know what you had to live with last year with these guys, and it was mostly a health situation. But coming in now, there are no expectations of this team. Is that justified?
Well, you know, I think to some extent maybe it is. I think when the so-called experts start to figure out how they're going to prognosticate each club, for want of a better term, they look at what happened last year. They look at the fact that Latos is gone, that Simon is gone, the bullpen was brutal. And they factor all that in making a determination. The thing I would caution people on is the fact that in 1990, that team unbelievably was 200-1 odds in Vegas of winning a world championship. And anybody who bet money on that club in 1990, they probably retired after that World Series sweep over the A's ended. So you take everything that the experts say with a grain of salt, because the one thing I've learned in all the years I've been around, it may be untrue in other sports, but it's very true in this sport. There are no experts.
Starting pitching would not be considered as good as it was going into last year. And then the bullpen has to be better if you're in that situation. Are you concerned about the pitching?
I'm not concerned about the bullpen. I think the bullpen's going to be fine. I am concerned about the starting pitching. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You'd probably get a politically correct answer from a Brian Price or a Jeff Pico or a Walt Jocketty, but you have to be concerned about the rotation. Until Homer Bailey's back, you got to be concerned about that. They keep saying he's going to miss 1 start. Even if he misses 2 and he's back and he's 100%, they can live with that. But they've got a back-breaking schedule in the month of April. They play everybody in their division every day until the last day of the month of April, and that's against the New York Mets. They better come out playing good baseball, or they could be in a bad shape at the end of the first month.
You and I talked about this last year going in, and it became a recurring theme. Is there leadership in this clubhouse? Do they need that leader in this clubhouse? And you'll have Jay Bruce say, you know what, everybody's going to lead. It's not a big deal. Your take after all of these years on leadership in the clubhouse and whether or not there's a chemistry that needs to be the kind of chemistry for a winning team in this clubhouse.
Well, with all due respect to Jay Bruce, I completely disagree with what he said. I think you need it. And you need it from 1 or 2 people, or as was the case, God forbid, the old man's going to bring up the big red machine, they had 5 or 6 guys. But I always go back to 1999 when Greg Vaughn was on this club, and he took the club on his back in the month of September, hit 15 or 16 home runs, and got the club, unfortunately, to that 1-game play in against the Mets and we're shut out. I think you need leadership in a clubhouse, and anybody who minimizes that is whistling in the dark. Do they have it? Yeah, I think they have it. I think they have it in Todd Frazier, who I think has leadership written all over him. I think as time wears on, Devin Mesoraco will also fill that position. But to say that we don't need it, that everybody's a leader, nah, I don't buy that.
42? Is this now 43? This will be 42 opening days for you. Do you wisp? Do you look through it? Do you go, wow? Or are you past all the wows after this point? It's just another day.
No, 42 years is wow for me, especially in my particular business in the broadcast industry. It's such a transient position. Everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side. If they're a big league announcer and they've got a chance to go to a bigger market for more money, I'm thrilled to death that I've been here for 42 years now, and I plan on working a bit longer, with underlining the word bit, because my career basically is behind me now. And thank God I'm healthy. I'm married to a great woman who keeps me young. And, I'm just looking forward to today. I'm looking forward to this season. And we'll see what happens after this year ends up.
Best there is. Hall of Famer Marty Brennaman. Marty, thanks very much, guys. We'll send it back to you.
So 1974 was when Marty made his debut, and that was the year that Hank Aaron hit his 714th home run at not at Great American Ballpark, would have been at Riverfront Stadium. But what a year that was. One of the greatest opening days of all time in Cincinnati Reds history.
And to hear him say, I'm going to do this for a bit longer.
Right.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine not turning on a Reds game on the radio and not hearing that guy's voice.
I still miss Joe Nuxhall.
Yeah, we all do.
Every time I hear Marty, I still expect to hear Joe with him.
Right.
And I hope one day Joe will get in the Hall of Fame to be alongside Marty.
I do too.
Yeah.
The old left-hander. Always going to be loved for the old left-hander, and Marty too, the Hall of Famer. In the Hall of Fame already for a reason.
That's right. This portion of Local 12's opening day parade coverage is brought to you by Ultimate Air Shuttle, now offering VIP travel for the cost of commercial. VIP perks include free parking, no baggage fees, free in-flight snacks and drinks, and fast, hassle-free check-in.
Ultimate Air flies to New York, Chicago, and Charlotte. First-time flyers with Ultimate Air get $100 off their first flight, and you can get half off travel credits right now at local12.com. Just look under the Community tab for Ultimate Air. Business travelers can get discounts too. Call Ultimate Direct at 800-437-3931 to find out what they can do for your business. And let me just punctuate again, this is the only place you're going to find the parade with no commercials.
That's right.
We're rolling right through this bad boy.
No commercials. We're only getting it broken up by some wonderful high school bands, the Jack Sendell Marching Band, and Tim Hedrick's down there with them.
Yeah, he doesn't come out very often anymore, but he came down today dressed in his red jumpsuit. You got it. It's Elvis. Give me a little bit of something about the Reds this year.
The Reds are going to kick some whoopee this year. They're going to win first place World Series.
These are real gold, aren't they?
Yes, sir are.
Oh, real gold. On your way, my friend, on your way.
Cammie Durkin just blew us kisses.
I got a feeling Tim might be grabbing her in just a moment. She is still on her feet. She will not get in the truck.
She is my favorite Cincinnati news anchor.
You want to talk about
Cammie Durkin.
So Cincinnati. You are looking at her right there.
I love that woman. Tim Hedrick is catching up with Cammie.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm worn out, but I am having so much fun.
You've got about 4 more blocks to go.
Okay, I can do it.
You can get in the truck if you want to.
I don't want to.
I don't expect that from you. Not at all.
You know what? To be born and raised in this city and then be in the parade with people yelling your name, and there's just nothing better.
Something else, isn't it?
It's awesome.
It's something else.
It's awesome.
Have a good day. Get going. Cammie Durkin, everybody.
Hey, guys, I don't know if we can come back to the camera here that's on Sheila and I, but I just want to show you something. Our note right here, as we look at the different parade floats, it says, Local 12, Cammie Durkin will be riding in one of the live trucks. No, she will not.
No.
She is walking.
She refuses.
She is running. She is hopping. She is dancing. But she is not riding inside that truck today.
She got her workout in today.
Yes,
she definitely did. That's great. 99 days till the All-Star game, and a lot of the entries have had references to the All-Star game coming back to Cincinnati for the first time since the 80s. What a week that's going to be. Free Pete on those signs with the Wiedemann's display.
And I'll
Will
tell you,
we see? We
I
know
was
we'll
gonna
see.
say,
we know we'll see Pete at the All-Star game.
boy, with a new commissioner and lots of things to reconsider and an all-star year, I think a lot of people are hoping for some magic with the Midsummer Classic this year in Pete Rose. Everybody's got their fingers crossed.
I think everybody does.
I see a big boy. You see a big boy?
There he is. The one and only. Oh, I could go for a big boy with some tartar sauce right now.
They've got the best ice in the world.
They do. How do they do that
I don't
ice?
know, but it's special.
Yes.
The ice.
Frisch's is very special. There's a look down 5th Street live from Fountain Square, Cincinnati's opening day parade, 96th year for the Findlay Market opening day parade. And we're seeing so many of our friends down there. And there's the World Series
You're the only one I can hear.
Now we are still, though, not just here at Fountain Square. Josh Knight is still hanging out at Findlay Market, where I think they are still taking off.
Hey Bob, I can't hear too well, so let me just kind of paint the picture for you. We've got another band getting ready to come by now. As they do, I'm just going to let them take it away for us. If you can read the sign there, the Franklin County High School Band from Brookville, Indiana, and we're getting ready to get the parade moving once again, so I'm just going to let the instruments kind of paint the picture for you. I love that there's all these high school bands here. They just really pump up the crowd, pump up the energy when they come by. Just on Fountain Square. The fun is certainly right outside of Findlay Market as well, where things are kicking off. We are not even halfway done with the parade route right here, so still a lot more to go, and hopefully a couple more bands. We've got the Bryant truck right behind me as well. Lots of sirens, lots of horses. We've been having a great time. All right, and now before I send it back to you, I've got a lot of fans that want to get on TV. So Bob, Sheila, clear the excitement right here outside of Findlay Market as well. And with that, before I get my hearing completely lost, I'll send it back to you.
And we have another great band coming up 5th Street to Fountain Square, the Boone County Marching Band. Boone County High School in Florence.
And soak in for a second, not only the sound of the band, but what Josh just said. We have been watching this parade for an hour. For an hour. That's when they took off from Findlay Market.
And they're still taking off.
And they're not even halfway done.
That's great. See a little peak of sunshine out here. I think it gave a little bit more energy to the crowd.
And I tell you what, I have not seen any drops of rain, which has been, yeah, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Yeah, just knock on wood.
Oh, there's the Pure Romance float. You ready for some more trivia?
That was fun the first time, and I did not know that. Our first question was who was drafted as a catcher, what current Red Star, and it was Joey Votto, which sort of blew my mind a little bit.
No, that was a good question.
We got to have another trivia. We better go down to Tim first before we get to trivia. Tim, what do you got, bud?
Well, I had a life-size walking hot dog. But now I have nothing except all these people. Do you come down to the parade every year?
No, this is a special trip for us this year, so we're excited to have all the kids down here this year.
Well, good. Are you going to the game? Or
We are. We're going to the game. Yep.
Well, have a good afternoon. They're all out here. They're all having a good time.
This is how we do it in Cincinnati on opening day.
Tim Hedrick thinking on his feet.
Yeah.
Had a walking hot dog disappear, and he still found something to do. Okay, let's ask another trivia question.
Okie doke. What was the #1 movie on opening day in 1990? Now,
Wow.
Bob Herzog, I am counting on you to know
90.
this trivia question.
90?
1990.
It's gonna be nothing more than a guess.
Okay, 25 years ago, last time the Reds won the World Series, the opening day movie. We'll give you the answer in just a little
All
bit.
right, I have a guess.
And there's the big Findlay Market truck coming around the bend. And Baden Music right behind him.
Look at Baden. I mean, they're rocking. They don't just have your piccolos and whatnot.
That's fantastic.
They're rocking out with the electric guitars. Keyboard action. Does anybody have a keytar? I missed the keytar.
They play everything from the Chopins to the Imagine Dragons. They're going to play a rock version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game here today for the parade, or Center Field from John Fogerty, one of my favorite.
Not a bad
songs.
choice. Not a bad choice on opening day.
Hats off to music directors Matt and Eileen McCormick. And there's Pete Rose. Yeah, not really. It's a guy with a Pete Rose shirt and face. That's pretty cool, though. I like that.
From Steel Case, the largest furniture manufacturer in the world.
And look, they have Pete on the side of their truck. Isn't that fantastic? Let's go down to Tim Hedrick.
I believe my time has come to return to baseball. I think my time is now. My sentence is served. I have done my time, and I belong back in baseball.
We agree with you, Pete.
Reinstated.
Do you
Boom.
agree?
I agree. Amen, brother.
Now, do you think those folks just rented red bikes and jumped into the parade? Or are they a parade entry? One of Cincinnati's newest additions, the red bikes that are all over town. Great way to see the city. I see the pig from the Flying Pig Marathon.
Oh my goodness, Tim is on a bike.
He's commandeered a red bike.
I think that this is one of the finest additions to Cincinnati in the last couple of years. You can go, put in your credit card, get a bike, ride it to another part of the city, do your business, pick up another bike. But in my case, I just stole this one from a guy.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. Tim had a certain Pee Wee Herman quality about him riding that bike.
That was awesome.
I know you are, but what am I?
I'm just impressed that he could hold that microphone and talk into it while riding a bike at the
He's
same time.
a very talented human being.
I don't know that I could have done that. The Flying Pig Marathon and the Pig Red Machine. You gotta like that.
Oh, look at. We have got our bearded and mustachioed friend.
Gary Faulkner, he was on Good Morning Cincinnati live with us this morning. That is one heck of a paint job.
That is body art, the likes of which I just don't see very often.
And he had that beard styled at like 4 o'clock this morning, and it's still holding strong.
And Adam said, I think he'd been awake like 24 hours because he had all that painted up.
Yeah.
Adam Clemens got to interview him.
Speaking of great beards, there's Keith Moppin.
Tremendous beard.
Yeah, the Yellow Ribbon Support Center. Oh, honey, are we boring you? I'm sorry. It's okay, sweetie. You can get your nap later. This is opening day. You got to stay awake for this, babe. She's cute, isn't she? there, Tim. Who you got? That's our friend Gary.
How do you decide what you're going to do each year? Because I see you every year, and you got some different look going on.
I like the city's input. I know people like what I do because I get creative with it. So I took a Facebook poll, and Pete Rose was the obvious answer.
And where can we find you on Facebook?
My Bearded Life is my fan page. I do a lot of charity work, all kinds of stuff.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Have a good day today.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
My Bearded Life.
Very nice.
I see Snoopy.
Snoopy is representing Kings Island today. They'll be opening pretty soon. Another great opening day in Cincinnati is when Kings Island opens for the season on April 18th this year. And they do great things to kick cancer. That's their Kick Cancer Mobile. And there's Gold Star Chili Mobile.
It is the Chili Mobile.
Cincinnati, chili, and baseball sort of go hand in hand.
You can see their slogan on front, the flavor of Cincinnati. You're getting the flavor of Cincinnati with this parade right here today.
That's right. There's the Goshen High School Marching Band. They're doing Take Me Out to the Ball Game today.
Keep
Coming
going.
in from out in the tri-state, downtown Cincinnati.
Tim has commandeered the Chili Mobile.
I was wondering if I could drive.
Sure.
Sure?
Sure. Oh my gosh.
Is it clutch? Is it regular?
Is it clutch?
Will you let me drive? Scoot over.
Oh my goodness. First he got a bike, now they're letting him drive the Chili Mobile. Well, we're not grilling, but we're steering.
This, my friends, is a Gold Star Chili Mobile. I can't say I've ever driven the Mobile, but I'm happy to do so today.
Do you have your
this
CDL?
This is the Findlay Market Parade. What's your name?
Beverly Phillips.
Beverly, thank you very much for this distinct honor. What's in these little tinfoil things? What are they?
Urban Grill today. We got Urban Grill because we weren't having food today, so we had to eat something. We bought Urban Grill today.
You got to eat out when you're in the Chili Mobile.
Well, when we don't have food, we do. But when we have food, we eat in the Chili Mobile.
I'm confused. This is all becoming so surreal. Thank you, ladies. Have a good day.
All right, here's what needs to happen sometime soon. We need to get John Gum behind the wheel of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. We get Tim behind the wheel of the Chili Mobile. We're making magic happen. Hey, speaking of magic, Children's Theater magic right there. We've got some ladies in costume for their season next year. I see the Little Mermaid. I see Fiona from Shrek back there on the Children's Theater.
And this weekend we're going to see Aladdin, are we not?
Aladdin opens on Friday.
Starring the one and only Bob Herzog.
I'll be all Genie'd up. Yep.
So excited about that. The oldest children's theater in the USA, celebrating 90 years.
And there I see Angela Walker. She's the artistic director of the Children's Theater of Cincinnati. You notice that in their vehicle today, they had two redheads.
Yes, they
in
did.
Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tim Hedrick is...
Tim has tracked down the Little Mermaid.
I've never interviewed a mermaid before.
Oh, you haven't?
No, you're my first mermaid.
This is your lucky day, and mine.
And what is the production that you're in?
I am in Aladdin at the Children's Theater of Cincinnati.
And is this Ariel over here?
I am Ariel, and this is Fiona.
Ariel's a mermaid?
She is a mermaid.
I did not know that.
During Little Mermaid next season. And Shrek 2.
I'm so Disney confused right now. Have a good day. Enjoy the Red game.
No, now see, Fiona is not Disney. That's DreamWorks.
That's Shrek. Yeah, he got all kinds of things going on down there.
Bobcat
Okay. So our trivia question, our second trivia question here during the parade coverage was, what was the #1 movie on opening day in 1990? My guess, based on nothing, was going to be Ghost with Patrick Swayze.
Okay, I'm going to guess The Big Chill.
Okay, Big Chill seems like it would have been
Was that
earlier than
80s?
that.
Was
Yeah,
that
it seems
80s?
earlier. I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, we're going to get the answer.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The Heroes in a Half Shell Turtle Power.
Man, how did you not know
I don't
that,
know.
Bob
They're the
Herzog?
world's most fearsome fighting team. They're heroes in the half shell, and they're
Wow.
green. Tack
Well,
on it.
See, he can sing the whole theme
I
song.
could give you the whole
But he
thing.
couldn't give me the movie
No.
answer. That's
Now,
okay.
I'm going to have to find out when Ghost came out now. That's going to drive me crazy.
Okay. While you do that.
Yeah, I'm going to Google
I'll
this. You
I'll
watch
host
the
this
parade a second.
parade.
All right.
That's Bobcat Enterprises, and they've got a couple of antique Bobcat construction vehicles, but they also have some Bobcats that do some really fancy tricks, and they're ready to catch that foul ball down there at Great American Ballpark with that big glove on top of the Bobcat.
I am not kidding you. Ghost came out in 1990.
Wow.
It may not have been the number 1 movie by that time, but by golly, it came out in 90.
Hey, look at that. There's some of the horses and animals from Carol Ann's Carousel, which is going to be opening this summer at Smale Riverfront Park down by the ballpark.
And I have to tell you, Joe Webb did an absolutely brilliant story on that carousel too, and now we've got Tim walking next to it.
Yeah, during my dinner break, I go walking down by the riverfront all
Doug,
the time.
if you get a chance to tell...
I mean, 3 or 4 days a week. And I'm telling you what, that carousel is coming along real nice. I think I saw a sign where it opens May 16th.
You're right.
And I've been looking forward to seeing these horses and these figurines in person, and they're just outstanding. It's going to be a terrific addition to the Cincinnati Riverfront. And if you haven't been down to the riverfront in a year or 2 or 3 years, please get down there. And that carousel is going to be terrific.
It's beautiful.
I mean, true artisans.
And they do that right here in Ohio. In Medina, was it in Medina or Mansfield?
Mansfield,
yeah, Mansfield,
I think
Ohio.
So.
Yeah,
so.
They're absolutely beautiful. That's Horseshoe Cincinnati coming around the corner. Fun place to have dinner.
I'm not sure who that is on top of the float. It could be Lola. For all you Barry Manilow fans out there, that one was for you.
No, she works at the Coca.
That's right, she does. That's right.
Not the Horseshoe Cincinnati.
All right. Got the Cincinnati Transit Historical Association rolling in a 40-foot transit vehicle that serviced Crosley Field at one time.
That's really neat.
That's cool.
That's, when Crosley Field was open, that's when opening day really hit its heyday. And they would get like 35,000 people in there on opening day.
That's awesome.
Now, I never was at Crosley Field. I'm way too young to have gone to Crosley Field.
Clearly.
My dad used to go to games at Crosley Field, though, and he would take the train down from up north a little bit, down to Crosley and see the Reds. I mean, that was 35,000 people in that. That was a pretty crowded baseball stadium. Now, these folks are from Twin Towers Senior Living, and they're honoring veterans who are 65 and older.
Hi, how are you?
And some of the senior citizens in the parade today are Tuskegee Airmen and Hornets Club members who live at Twin Towers Senior Living.
Hold on.
Thank you for your service. Let's go down to Tim.
Go Reds. What are you driving here? Do you have
1924 Rio Speedwagon.
It is really something.
Thank you.
Something.
No, it's something are the people on here.
Yeah,
and down at the stadium.
Well,
that's where
right.
we're going.
This parade is all about the people.
It's all about the people, these people in the Reds.
You got it. Have a good day,
Nice
buddy.
seeing you. Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Did that gentleman just say he is driving an REO Speedwagon?
He said Rio, but I got that reference too.
Okay, look, off into the distance, down 5th Street, I see none other than my high school alma mater, the Oak Hills Highlanders, making their way down the street. The marching band, 113 strong, got the dance team out there too. The venerable Larry Welsh, the band director. Yes, I'm a total homer, unabashedly.
That's
on
okay.
Highlanders, come on team.
I love it. Let's see if we can hear him play.
You see up front there, they've got the Oakettes.
Yes.
We had a squad of dudes called the Conettes when I was there.
The Conettes.
Conettes.
Were you in that squad?
We performed as well, but it was a little different than the Oakettes.
haven't.
I don't think we have time.
Tim's
Keep
trying
going,
to get a
keep going.
tuba player to hand
Tim
over
is
the
trying
tuba.
to get a tuba.
I heard him saying, "Can I have your tuba?" I don't think they're going to give Tim
You
their
can't
tubas.
you can't just hand over your tuba.
No, that's kind of difficult.
No.
Maybe a flute. Oh, there's some members of the 706 Transportation Company of the U.S. Army Reserves out of Trenton, Ohio. Local heroes there. You're getting a big ovation for the crowd, too.
I'm telling you,
for
when
their
you see the servicemen and women come by, you can just feel it. You can feel the respect. You can feel the admiration. Dare I say, America.
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 That's fantastic. And right behind him, the Hooters girls.
The Hooters girls?
And a Cincinnati
Hooters,
Fire Department.
I am not familiar with that establishment.
Okay. I don't believe you.
Is that the place that has chicken wings?
Really good wings.
I've heard
yeah.
they have chicken wings
They
there.
do.
That's what I heard. Somebody told me that.
And then
Oh,
you've got
wow. Look at this.
The Hive 1-3. There's Tim. Oh, he was trying to get her to let him ride on her bicycle or whatever the heck that is.
Well, and these are all sort of unusual looking
Yes.
vehicles that we've had just come by there with Hive 1-3. They describe themselves as a group of eclectic geeks and techies of all ages and backgrounds who network, make things, and just share the joy of all things tech.
Tim, who you got there?
Yeah, you're part of Oxford Kinetics.
Yeah, Oxford Kinetics Festival.
Yeah, well, what exactly is that?
It's an arts and science education festival that we have every year up at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio.
Tell me this one thing. Why do you have a fire extinguisher on the bottom of your bicycle? This does it go that fast?
The opening day parade requires all vehicles, whether or not they have internal combustion engines or not, to have a fire extinguisher in the group.
Really?
We are conforming with the rules and regulations of the parade.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. How about that? There's a little trivia for you.
Fantastic. And you're looking at the East Central High School marching band and dance team all the way from Guilford, Indiana. Welcome to Cincinnati. I think I remember them from last year.
I do too. It's funny you say that. I believe I remember those guys last year as well.
East Central Trojan Band and Guard, three-time Indiana State Fair Band Day and Mid-States Marching Band Competition finalists. I love a good high school marching band. Mount Healthy Fire Department there. They've got an old pumper truck. In the 1950s.
The folks from Liberty Carriage Service there with two draft horses named Julian Nell pulling a Pioneer wagon.
Now these girls and boys right behind them are not just walking and marching in the Cincinnati opening day parade. They're jump roping from the Sherwood Elementary Rapid Ropes jump rope team.
They're bouncing on their backsides on the pavement.
That was pretty remarkable.
I wonder if we can get Hedrick to try that.
Jump rope, you talk about your group. Okay? Tell me
I
about
think
your
we're going
group.
to get exactly that.
Well, we're wrapping ropes.
Look at Tim. Wow, he even did the crossover.
Did he just crisscross?
That was awesome, Tim.
Thank you.
That was
fantastic. Even those little girls looked impressed, didn't you think?
He just busted out the crisscross. You're not going to get that from any other meteorologist.
No,
I'm just
you're
going to put it
not.
out there right now.
You're not. They're so good they perform during college and high school halftime games. The Rapping Ropes. Good job. There's another young man from Cincinnati enjoying the opening day parade. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Is that from Spring Grove Cemetery? Yep. Historic Spring Grove, 1845, established here in Cincinnati. Hi, Tim. You got a ride.
Yeah. 6 jump ropes and 1 crisscross is quite enough for me. That's quite enough. You won't be seeing much more of that this parade. What a crowd. I'm telling you what, these people are absolutely awesome. They must be 20 deep on this side, on the Fountain Square side, 10 deep on that side, and they are just absolutely phenomenal. And what that guy said in the fire truck not too long ago, this parade is all about the people, and that's really what Cincinnati is. It's all about the people. And regardless of what you put in this parade, and there are some funky things, it works. And for some reason, it works. Enjoy your day. We'll be back with something else soon.
I'm glad he got to take a little break after the jump rope.
He was out of breath.
Yeah.
There's a little Miami High School marching
they are
band
getting it done. Look at these guys and gals. Bang!
Under the direction of Tabitha Smith, and I love the big red C's on the tubas.
Nice touch. Great? Nice touch. I mean, look at them getting it right now.
I love that. That reminds me of my alma mater, Ohio University, and the Marching 110. You can march and do some moves like that. That takes a lot of practice.
And they've been marching a long way like that, too.
Yes, they have. Good job, Little Miami. That's fantastic.
And this portion of Local 12's opening day parade coverage is brought to you by TriHealth. TriHealth is the official healthcare provider for the Cincinnati Reds and for this summer's Major League Baseball All-Star Week.
TriHealth will provide medical coverage for fans at Great American Ballpark during the 2015 season and All-Star Week with a team of critical care providers on hand for all 81 home games to respond to, evaluate, treat, and transport fans experiencing medical problems. TriHealth keeps Reds employees in peak condition year-round by providing wellness fairs, exercise classes, lunch and learn sessions, and monthly physician clinics to Reds staff.
I was just saying to myself, we need another giant inflatable. And right on cue, the Eagle Man from Eagle Savings Bank makes his way down the street.
We are so glad you're with us here for the 96th annual Findlay Market Opening Day Parade, live on Local 12, the only station where you can see it without commercials.
I was just going to say, where else are you going to go for this kind of parade coverage? Wall to wall. You're not going to miss a second. We've got it all here.
Wall to wall and wire to wire. How about that? Celebrating 25 years since the Wire to Wire Championship.
All right, Tim, are you with Eagle Man?
Yeah, occasionally I'm an Eagle Man. This is one of my good friends. He is a West Side guy, an elder guy. How many years have you enjoyed the parade?
Oh, this is only our 3rd year, Tim. We're young.
Third year?
This is it.
That's it?
We're learning. This is enjoyable.
So you think it'll go on for a while?
I'm hoping. What a great event.
Elder, West Side, there's nothing like it, is there?
It's perfect.
Good to see you, Joe. Take care.
There's some folks from the West Side there, too. The Cheviot Order of the Eagles. That giant flag.
That flag looks tremendous, doesn't it?
Yes.
And let me tell you, you want to talk about some hard work. Those folks have been marching since Findlay Market.
Yeah.
Holding that thing tight and strong.
I love their matching shirts, too. They have American flag shirts on. The Cheviot Eagles. Wonder if they'll let Tim maybe carry the flag.
Doesn't that look great? Look at that.
That's beautiful.
That's a grand old flag right there, Sheila.
Yes, sir. It's just not, this is not just a Cincinnati holiday. It's a true American holiday, opening day in Cincinnati.
Oh, there's a view for you.
Oh, that's nice.
I believe that's my buddy Ed Burkholder who just got us that shot from underneath the flag.
Very nice,
well done, Ed.
And then you've got the Impact a Hero entry with a wounded hero riding in the parade. Impact a Hero provides financial and emotional support for post 9/11 wounded service members. And wounded veterans are going to be honored during the pregame ceremonies today at Great American Ballpark by Senator Rob Portman and Congressman Brad Wenstrup. Ron Oster's up there with them. There's good old Ronnie O. You see him up there?
I have an autographed picture of Ron Oster when I played ball in like the 2nd grade, and I thought it was maybe the greatest thing I had ever received in my life when I got there.
And it was. He
Yes,
is such a great guy. Oh, what an amazing Reds player. Cincinnati Public Library there, honoring the great American pastime.
Rufus the Ring Dog out there on the float with him.
Don't forget to get your kids signed up for summer reading this year, toward the end of the school year.
A great theme this year, all-star readers to
I
kind
love
of
that.
fit right in with the Midsummer Classic.
Oh, the whole city's getting involved.
Oh,
with,
can you
with
imagine what this
All-Star
town
Week.
is going to be like?
I read that they already are almost completely sold out of hotel rooms in
I
the
believe
city.
it. I believe
They
it.
expect 200,000 people to come in for All-Star Week. And
Oh, a West Side tradition like none other.
All right.
The Rooster Mobile. Ron's Roost is here. Oh, you need some chicken, you need some sauerbraten. You get you to the Roost.
I love the chicken mobile. That's fantastic.
I got a feeling that Tim is going to try to commandeer the Rooster Mobile.
I hope so.
I'll actually be disappointed if he doesn't. Is that an El Camino?
Yeah, it is. That's a classic car. You let them pass by, Bob.
Wow. He let the Rooster Mobile go.
We have another great high school band coming up the street, the Franklin County High School Band. And remember, Josh showed us when they took off from Fifth
that's
Market.
right.
That was a good 35 minutes ago. They're performing They Hey Song. Franklin County from Brookville, Indiana. They've performed all over the country. DC, Chicago, Branson, at the Indy 500. Let's go down to Tim Hedrick.
How often does the Rooster Mobile come out?
Oh, it's out all the time. All you gotta do is look for it on the streets.
What's that now?
All you gotta do is look for it on the streets.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that. This thing is parked about 2 miles from my road. Anything I could get it for the weekend? Anytime? Can I get it for the weekend sometime?
All you gotta do is come out and ask. We'll be more than happy.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. The Rooster Mobile is mine.
Party at Tim's house with the Rooster Mobile.
Rolling down the streets of the West Side in a Rooster Mobile. That's getting her done.
Once again, that's the Franklin County High School Band. They sound great.
And we got Joe Morgan and Mr. Castellini sitting up there in the seats in the window.
And not far behind the Franklin County High School Band, I love the vehicle that the Delhi Police Historical Association has rolled out, that 1963 replica cruiser. Hopefully we'll get a shot of that coming up here
It looks
in just
like
a
it
moment.
drove in from Mayberry.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It totally looks like Andy and Barney should be behind the wheel of that thing.
That's fantastic. Hilltop Construction just down the street there from the ballpark. And they've got the cement mixer all decorated up for Cincinnati Reds opening day and the All-Star game. That's fantastic.
There's the cruiser we were talking about.
That's nice. Hey, Ange. Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was a real Dalmatian up there on the Turner construction.
Let's get back out there to Tim.
Hey, is it difficult navigating one of these things through the city streets?
No, not really. Just got to pay attention.
Can I blow the horn?
You sure can.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm done. Thank you. Have a good day.
Coming up this street right now, the Budweiser Clydesdales, brought here by Heidelberg Distributing. They're so majestic. The crowd went crazy when they drove them through on the truck earlier.
Down at Great American Ballpark, you know, we've got not only Brad Johansson, but we've got the newest member of the Local 12 team. Brad Steinke is down there. And Brad, who's joining you now?
Hey, how you doing? It's great to be here. First day on the job, first day in Cincinnati, and it's opening day. Activity behind us as the Reds are taking batting practice. Great to be joined by catcher Devin Mesoraco. First of all, when you think of opening day and you're a part of this organization from the get-go, what does it mean to you?
Just excited. You know, this is the start of the season, and in Cincinnati, it's an unbelievable day. Just the parade and everything that they have. You know, the fans come out, and it's just a fun day for everybody. So just looking to get out there. For the players, it's just more of a normal game, but, you know, for everybody else, it's unbelievable.
Nice year for you last year, an all-star game. A lot of injuries last year. What did you gain from spring training in terms of what you think this pitching staff can do this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, we have new arms, which while I've been here, there hasn't been a whole lot of turnover. So I'm looking forward to getting back there. Those guys did a great job in spring training, and, you know, I think still going to continue to learn some of the guys, but at the end of the day, I think we're going to be very happy with the pitching staff that we have.
You know, there were some great catchers in this division. Miguel Montero, a guy that I know from Arizona, now with the Cubs. Yourself, up and down this division. I'm curious, when you have a manager who was a pitching coach earlier, does that make it easier for you, better for you as a catcher? You guys really speak the same language?
Well, I think, you know, the familiarity. Me and Brian worked very close with each other in the past as far as scouting reports. So, you know, he knows the work that I'm going to put in, and I know what he expects. So I think, no doubt about it, definitely helps. And, you know, I just want to be back there with Brian for a long time.
Baseball season is a long grind. Are you ready? Is the energy's here?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely time to get going, no doubt about it. And, you know, whole winter and everything, thinking about this, so it's definitely get your juices flowing a little bit more.
Devin, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Best of luck this season. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you. Bob and Sheila, again, my first day here. It has been amazing just to see all the people out here. Talked to a lot of people last night, just how important opening day is, and I'm getting my first taste of it. So far, so good.
Hey, Brad, we are thrilled to have you with us, and I tell you, you could not have picked a cooler first day on the job.
Hey, every day in Cincinnati is like this, Brad.
Is it really? There's a parade every day, and okay, I'm good with that. Back to you.
Maybe don't hold me to that, though.
Thank you, Brad, very much. Again, glad
great
to have you part of the team. That's Brad Steinke down there at Great American Ballpark.
I tell you what, there were some games where Devin Mesoraco was really clutch from the plate, and I sure hope we get to see that again this year. That's the Cincinnati Circus Company with their stilt walkers and folks on unicycles and jugglers.
And can I tell you that Cincinnati Circus Company is going to be joining me on stage with the Children's Theater of Cincinnati as part of their production of Disney's Aladdin Jr. opens on Friday. Those guys are amazing.
The Friends of Findlay Market coming up 5th Street now and rounding Fountain Square. That's the volunteer group that supports Findlay Market. And you know, I was reading some history of the opening day parade. Back in 1902, the Reds stopped having the parade for a while. Well, the Cincinnati residents, they were not having it. So some of the folks at Findlay Market, some of the merchants and some people, they just had their own parade. They got their cars and their noisemakers, and they paraded through the streets, and then they went and had a big party at Crosley Field sort of like a tailgate-esque sort of party, and they did that for several years, and then finally Findlay Market decided, hey, maybe we should organize
We
this.
should start doing this again.
And that was 96 years ago.
That's cool.
That Findlay Market made it the Findlay Market opening day parade, and aren't we so glad they did?
Absolutely. That little guy right there is glad they did.
Nice jacket, buddy. It's time for another trivia question, Bob.
All right, we have not done well on the first two.
Okay, but this is another 1990 question, and I know you're going to get this one.
Okay.
I mean, it better be who I think it is. Who was the starting pitcher on opening day in 1990?
Well, you have a natural inclination on that one, right?
Browning, right? That's who I think it is.
See, I was going to say Rijo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, Jose
Maybe
Rijo.
it is. Maybe it is
good,
Browning.
That's a good guess. I think it
See?
was Browning.
All right, we'll wait. You're probably going to be right. It'll be Mr. Perfect.
Well,
What would surprise me?
When I think of that wire-to-wire championship series, I think of Browning.
See, I think of Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You're going to be right, and it's
Okay.
going to annoy me to no end.
There's your alma mater.
How about the blue blob out there,
Oh,
Xavier
nice.
University? Xavier had a great season on the basketball
didn't
court.
they?
Did well in the NCAA tournament.
And they renewed Chris Mack's contract for another year, extended it for a year, I guess. There goes the Musketeer.
And a rare combination with a Musketeer in red pants. You don't see that very often.
Hey, opening day is a special day.
Indeed it is.
Everybody dresses up to support our Cincinnati Reds. There's some kids from Creative Graphics. Doing a great job down there. I wonder if they're tired from marching all the way from Findlay Market down to Fountain Square. I like the tank. It's pretty cool.
Say the group from Creative Graphics is making their presence known down here on Fountain
Isn't that
Square.
great? Here comes the Cincinnati Art Museum, and they have a new exhibit coming up at the museum, Andy Warhol and baseball. They say Pete Rose is in our hall.
I love it. I love it.
That's right. You can go see that starting on April 11th and all summer long during baseball season.
And following the Art Museum, how about some of our friends from Madcap Puppets, Big Rad Wolf, and we got the two-headed ogre out there as well. This is Madcap Puppets' 34th year. They are based in Westwood.
They do such a great job, and they do performances at the Art Museum too. And then the Cincinnati Fire Museum with a 1948 Mack pumper truck. All right, it's time to answer that trivia question. Who was the starting pitcher on opening day in 1990? You say Rijo, I say
went
Browning.
Yeah.
Let's see who's
I got a
right.
bad feeling you're right.
Oh!
Man, smoked me on that
Mr.
one.
Perfect.
Wow.
Mr. Perfect. You know,
Not a bad choice. Either way wouldn't have been
yeah,
a bad choice.
It would have been great. I love Tom Browning. I asked him one time, do you ever wish someone else would pitch a perfect game, someone else with the Reds organization? You know what he said?
What'd he say?
He said, heck no. Only he said the other word, not heck.
He said something other than
He
heck?
said,
I am
no.
shocked. I am shocked,
He
I
loves
say.
being the only guy with the perfect game for the Cincinnati Reds.
Now, didn't Rijo end up getting the MVP of the World Series that year, though?
He might have.
I think he may have.
might
I think
have.
he pitched 2 games for the Reds during the series. Someone get on Twitter and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, look it
It's
up.
entirely possible.
Look it up. Look it up. That's great. The Renegades Equestrian Drill Team there. They perform all over the region. And then St. Veronica School, they did a great job on their float. Look at that, a tribute to the All-Star game. They've got Marge Schott riding in the back of the truck there with her St. Bernard. Adam Clements is down there. Is that what they said? Oh, Adam went to school there, St. Veronica. We saw Adam's mother down here in the parade crowd
We did.
a while ago.
She's good people, that one.
Yeah. Now they've got Ted Klazuski, Joe Nuxall, and Sparky Anderson there. Look at the kids all dressed up as Red Stars and other famous people. Johnny Bench, Pete Rose.
That's great.
They've got Ruth Lyons and Ulysses S. Grant down there. That's fantastic.
As you were listing those names, I felt like that old episode of Cheers, who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen.
That's good.
Hey there. Those are our friends from Newport on the Levee hanging out there as well. Tim has found some more friends down on 5th Street, though. Who you got, Tim?
Well, I got this thing for Christmas called a Fitbit, and it keeps track of how many steps I walk each and every day. And so far today, I've walked 4,364 steps.
That's pretty good.
I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, it's pretty good. I try for 10,000 each day, but just with the parade, about 4,300 steps. This crowd is still phenomenal. It's about this time that the crowd, I think, starts to thin. Oh! Silly me. I thought it was going to get boring. Not at all. We're gonna have more parade coverage from the plush tent. There's been no rain up here. There's been not a drop of rain. A little bit of wind, but it really is one of the most pleasant parades we've ever broadcast from. And I think the people out here are really, really enjoying it. And I know they look through each of their entries to find out what the public perception would be of that entry, whether it would be visual, whether it would be audio, and I think they've done a great job this year. I think that it's still interesting, and sometimes at this point in the parade, it's not that interesting, but the Findlay Market folks have done a great job. Bob, Sheila?
There's the McLean High School Marching Tiger Band with the Tigerettes from Greenfield, Ohio.
55 strong out there. They're marchers this year.
To come to the parade during the Marge Schott years, but I saw that she used her connections with the zoo to have elephants in the opening day parade.
That sounds like something Marge would do.
Wouldn't you hate to be the guy that had to walk behind the elephants in the
Yeah, you know, the guys
parade?
with the horses had big shovels and trash cans. My goodness gracious.
Yep. There's the Coca-Cola Bear there sharing happiness on opening day with Cincinnati State Community and Technical College. And the Fire Tech team. You can study to be one of our heroes with the fire department at Cincinnati State. There's the Klovernook Center for the Blind, right behind them. A young woman who is singing the national anthem today from Denver, Marlana Van Hoos. She was born with something called CMV, and you may remember she was featured on ESPN's E60. She's blind, but she's a wonderful singer, and she's going to be part of the opening day festivities down at Great American Ballpark.
Sheila, have you ever been on one of the duck boats?
I love the duck boats.
They're pretty cool, aren't they?
I'm all about the duck boats. I just love the fact that you can be riding on land 1 minute, going around Fountain Square, and the next thing you're splashing down in the Ohio River.
It's very James Bond.
It's very cool. It's a lot of fun.
It's James Bond with just a hint of Newport.
Yeah, and look, they have red quackers for opening day. Go around quacking at people. They think they're crazy. The Wave Foundation behind the Ride the Ducks attraction. You know, those were used in, was it World War I or World War II that they used those vehicles?
Boy, I think too, but I hate to speak out of turn.
Yeah, I think it was World War II.
So go ahead and correct us on Twitter for that.
Yeah,
too.
if you want to.
By the way, I was right about Jose Rijo.
You were. He
won
was
the World
MVP.
Series MVP
Very
and
good.
did win 2 games in the series against the A's.
Oh, who wants some barbecue? Let's smoke the Pirates today. City barbecue.
I like it. Speaking of Twitter, if you happen to be out in the Twitter sphere and you're watching the parade, you're enjoying it, having a good time, make sure and use the hashtag as you tweet Cincy Parade. That way we can get your thoughts and you can join in on all the fun on social media. And you can always go to the Local 12 Facebook page as well and share your thoughts there too.
Pete Rose getting a lot of love today. FreePete.com. Sign the petition to get Pete reinstated. Time for the All-Star game here.
I'm telling you, it just feels like the perfect storm with Pete this year, doesn't it? It just
does.
I don't want to get my hopes up, but boy.
My hopes are totally up.
New
There's the
commissioner, All-Star game. It's all just right there for us.
I love it when these guys come. The Precision Motorcycle Lawnmower Drill Team out of Wapakoneta. I love it when these guys perform.
Oh, look at this. And we've got, again, the newest member of the Local 12 team. Brad Steinke is down at Great American Ballpark with an all-star from last year, Todd Frazier. Hey, Brad.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, a lot of activity here, and pleasure to join by Todd Frazier. Good numbers in spring. What do you take out of spring, overall and personally?
You know, for me, it's over. It's in the past. What I take out of spring, though, is, you know, where my hands are, how I'm feeling at the plate. I feel really well. You know, defensive-wise, I feel pretty good, and you know, you take out all the good things. You know, all the bad things, don't worry about it. It's a new year. And then once you get out here, you just the excitement. I just can't wait to see the fans and hear your name be announced.
You know, my first day in Cincy, so obviously my first Cincinnati Reds opening day. What can I expect today?
A lot of yelling, a lot of excitement, packed house, you know, and a W. How about that?
That'd be great.
All right.
I appreciate you stopping by.
You got it, bud.
Todd Frazier, great to have him stop by after BP. How you doing? Great to see you. You know, just talking to Todd right there, when you talk about spring training, what do you hope to get out of it? Are you a numbers guy in spring training? Are you more about a feel and health and everything like that?
I'm about the feel and health. Like I said, I can go out there and hit zero, but as long as I have some good at-bats and get what I want out of the spring training, it's good. Like I said, this spring has been one of the best ones for me. I didn't hit as well as I wanted to, but like I said, I learned a lot about myself mainly, and I feel good right now.
You know, when you talk about last season, a lot of injuries for this team. What can you expect out of this year's ball club if you stay healthy?
It should be good. Like I said, man, I tell everybody nowadays, I'm not a leader vocally, but when I come on this field, I expect to lead the team and do well things. Like I said, I feel like we're going to be really good this year if we can keep everybody healthy and everybody's on the same page now. So I'm just looking forward to tonight and looking forward to the rest of the season.
And final question, does this team need a leader, or is it a leadership by committee in a sense?
Like I said, like everybody's a leader on the team. Like I said, there's no just one particular leader. I feel like everybody will do their job and everybody stay on everyone will be great. Like I said, I feel like the intensity we have here today and coming out of spring training, I feel like everybody's ready.
Enjoy the day, enjoy the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to try to keep talking to guys as they come off of batting practice. The Reds getting set for opening day here against the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're here all day long, so so far so good. It's been an incredible day, and I can't wait to see some of the parade. You know, I missed the parade. I've been inside the Great American Ballpark, but I want to see what this parade's all about because I hear good things about it.
Well, the parade, you know, we're almost 2 hours in, and it's not anywhere near over. We're on into the hundreds in the entries right now. Billy Hamilton, I just wanted to say, you know, he must do everything fast.
Oh.
He was talking fast. He runs so fast. I hope we get to see him steal a base today.
He is fantastic. When he gets on first, you're just kind of sitting there and you're just waiting. Go, Billy. Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy. Go get it, Billy. Go, Billy. Go, Billy. Go, Billy. Go. You know, for those who may have just tuned in and heard us, you know, go down to Great American Ballpark with a guy named Brad, you may have been expecting Joe Hansen,
right?
But that was our new Local 12 sports anchor, Brad Steinke. We are glad to have Brad aboard with us, hanging out down at Great American Ballpark and get some interviews for us today. His first day with Local 12 is on opening day. Not too bad.
He's actually been in Cincinnati many times to cover the Diamondbacks. He was with Fox and Phoenix and covered the Diamondbacks out there, but now he's a part of a great Cincinnati tradition, not just opening day, but Local 12 news. So glad to have him along. There's Bob Summerall Tire. And AAA. Cincinnati.
Sheila, I am about to give you a piece of trivia. Can you handle that?
I can handle it.
Okay. So we did our third trivia question before. It was who was the opening day starter in 1990 or 25th anniversary of the World Series win from 90. How about this, though? We know it's Tom Browning. 1990, one of the rare instances where Reds opening day was on the road.
Oh, because that never happened.
That happened in 90.
Why did it happen?
I only know that because somebody tweeted me that information, and I just confirmed it with the Google machine.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that? Can you imagine the opening day not being here?
No, I can't.
That doesn't even make sense.
I remember growing up watching the Big Red Machine, and the Reds always had the first game of opening day. We were opening day. Of course, that got snatched away from us in the 80s.
Yeah, Cubs played last night, too, didn't they?
Yeah, Cubs and Cardinals, and the Cubs got blanked by the Cardinals.
Everybody had high hopes there in Chicago, but it did not start off on the right foot. We are hanging out down on Fountain Square for the 96th Findlay Market Opening Day Parade. Thank you so much for joining us here on Local 12, the only place where you are getting parade coverage commercial-free. And may I just add to that, stick around. Don't turn the dial because we've got the game, too.
That's right. When the Reds take on the Pittsburgh Pirates, it'll be on here on Local 12. And this portion of Local 12's Opening Day Parade coverage is brought to you by Cincinnati Bell, now with new Fioptics Gig Internet. It's 100 times faster than the average internet. Cincinnati Bell's new Fioptics Gig Internet. What's your gig of life?
Franciscan Friars making their way through the intersection here at 5th and Vine. Now we've got sort of a break in the action after the Friars. There's a lull, if you will.
You're right. We're going to have to wait for the Batavia Marching Band to come around the corner there. But let's go over to Findlay Market where the parade starts and see what Josh Knight is up to right now.
Who's left out there, Josh?
Not too much, Sheila. Bob, we're actually looking at the last part of the parade right there. So you can see behind that truck, some people starting to cross the street. So things are winding down here at Findlay Market, but we've had a great crowd. You can see how many people are still just kind of hanging around, and that buzz of opening day just totally in the air. So playing proud in memory of 9/11 from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, bringing up the tail end of the parade, and you can see everything still just right up there at that red light. That's where we meet up with Liberty, and things will turn over there to the right, work their way onto Elm past Music Hall, and that parade will keep going. So not too long, 177 floats, I believe, or entries into the parade. So, and this is the last one here. Been a great time at Findlay Market, but for now, Bob, Sheila, back to you guys.
All right, what was your favorite thing about the parade, Josh? What was your favorite entry, or maybe your favorite thing?
You know, I think my favorite thing is just when everybody on the side gets so excited. The floats are great and everything, but watching the enthusiasm of the people that come out to watch the parade, be part of opening day. And like Tim was saying earlier, you just don't get this in other cities and other parts of the country. So to be surrounded by all that excitement, I think is definitely the highlight for me.
Thank you so much, Josh Knight. Great job over there at Findlay Market. And you know, I don't know if you can hear the Joan Jett music in the background, or maybe you hear the Batavia High School marching band coming around Fountain Square. But I mean, this is a citywide party. The party may be winding down over at Findlay Market, but at the Banks, at the Holy Grail, at Washington Park, the party is going to go on all day long.
Let's listen to that Batavia band for a little while.
there's something coming around the corner that's so Cincinnati. Grippo's potato chips. Oh, that's Everseal Construction, but the Grippo's truck just came by too.
I will take the bottom of a bag of Grippo's when there is nothing but powder and crunchies left, and I will just pour it into my mouth.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You know what? It's good on chicken. You can bread chicken in Grippo's.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, you've inspired me right now.
It's really good.
I totally believe you.
There's the Mount Notre Dame Cougars from Mount Notre Dame High School. And Miami Valley Gaming, one of the many casinos around the tri-state area.
You do start to get the sense that people want to start thinking about getting down to the ballpark.
Yeah, you do. I am seeing some people leaving Fountain Square and leaving the corner here. And have you noticed, is it me or is it a little bit windier than it was earlier?
It is a little bit. I think it is.
That's the Rabbit Hash General Store. And they've got a replica of the original General Store down in Rabbit Hash.
That is outstanding. And the sign in Dog We Trust.
Because
I believe their
have
mayor.
had a mayor who is a dog. Yeah. 183 years old now, the store is there on the Ohio River. I think they have some goats up there somewhere, maybe. I see dogs on the float. Not sure about goats.
I don't know if they'll come to us or not. I'm just
I don't know if that was a former mayor or not.
Tim?
That dog. Tim, you out there, bud?
Yeah, I just wanted some first-hand information from one of the gentlemen handling the streets down here. Everything going okay down here?
It's fantastic, sir.
Anything holding you up?
Nope. About 100,000 nice people down here for a parade.
It's a nice group of people.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
All 100,000 of them on Fountain Square. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Things going just fine here. Still a lot of people, but Bob is right. It begins to thin out at this point, and people start to head in different directions. Still plenty of bands to come, still plenty of floats, but people now starting to migrate probably down to the banks at this particular point. We'll have more from this particular location in just a bit. Bob, Sheila?
And Tim, you've got a special group going by you now from the Cardboard Boat Museum. It's in Richmond.
Yeah.
That is a very special group of people right there.
And the Western Hills High School Band, the sound of the drums. Great job. The Paddle Fest, the Dragon Boat ladies. They do a lot to raise money and raise awareness for breast cancer in the fall. And they paddle those dragon boats. They get these teams of 12 women. And it's quite a sight out at A.J. Jolly Park in northern Kentucky when they get those dragon boats out.
That's really cool.
It is really cool.
I've never seen those before.
The racing teams, the team there is comprised of breast cancer survivors who are 27 to 81 years old. The Kentucky Thoroughbreasts. That's the name of their team.
See how I decided to let you say that?
I know, you pointed at me. I'm not afraid to read it.
I am
Those are
terrified.
some brave survivors there.
Absolutely they are.
Yeah, they travel all over the country.
They recently competed in the World Series of Dragon Boat Racing. Did you even know there was a World Series of Dragon Boat Racing?
Isn't that great?
That is great.
See people crossing the street to kind of make their way down to the ballpark. King Records is represented here today. There's a young guy taking a photo. Got his Joey Votto shirt on, very nice.
You know, it's interesting. We've got Mike Burke down at the banks, and it was getting a little bit crowded when we saw him a little while ago, but I've got a feeling that it is going to be body to body, Reds jersey to Reds jersey down there in no time.
I'd like to see a shot of the banks right now. But we're live here on Fountain Square. Still several entries left in the opening day
Is that
parade.
the boot? Do I see the boot out there right now?
The one and only.
It's Bootsy, baby.
It's Bootsy Collins, baby. What's up, baby?
Tim's there with Bootsy right now.
What's the weather gonna be like, baby? Tim, what's up?
We're going to be all right, Bootsy.
Be honest.
We're going to be all right. So, a little known fact here, Bootsy appeared in a science special I did about 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
That was right here on Fountain Square.
That's right. What do you think about this year, my friend?
That was, you mean that particular?
No, what do you think about this year in the Reds?
Oh, we having it. We're going to start off by winning today. We started off with some cloudy skies, but the sun getting ready to come out.
No, I want to know about the team, Bootsy. I'll take care about the weather.
I'm telling you, the team getting ready to wear them out.
All right,
okay?
all right.
I mean, first we got to get started. Once we get started, it's on.
All right.
It's on. Go Reds.
Go
Reds.
What you been doing with yourself lately?
Oh, we've been touring. We've been touring out on the road. We start back up in May. So,
can I get a pair of shoes like that? Look at these shoes. Look at the shoes, Ed. I need a pair of shoes like that.
No, man. You just keep telling the weather like it is.
All right,
okay?
buddy. All right.
It's going to be all right today, all right?
It's going to be fine. You're going to be good. Take care.
I love Bootsy. You know,
How can you not love Bootsy,
And
man?
he and his wife, they do so much for the community. And, you know, we're a little after 2 o'clock, and the gates to the ballpark are going to be opening. 2:10, everybody's going to be rushing into Great American Ballpark.
And we've got Mike Burke down there. He's amidst all the action at the Banks. People getting ready to go inside, Mike.
Yeah, guys, you know, you don't realize how ready people are for opening day until you experience opening day. We talked to some folks who have been lined up here on Crosley Terrace. They want to be first in, and they got up to the gates about a half hour ago. They're just now opening for the season ticket holder gate, and in about another 60 or 90 seconds, they will be open to everyone else. This is really, for the last 4 months, the moment we've waited for. Gates open. Baseball is back. Let's send it back to you guys.
How's the party?
Party's really good. Since you last came and checked on us, a lot of foot traffic. It seemed as if everybody made their way across 5th Street and then down to here, south towards the river. And look, you can see what's going on here. Crosley Terrace is a mob scene as the gates are now officially open. There we go. There goes the first one. Here's the second.
All right, they're ready for baseball. Baseball is back, as Mike said. That was great.
And we're back here live out on Fountain Square, sitting right at the intersection of 5th and Vine as the 96th Findlay Market Opening Day Parade continues to wind its way through the city. Got the great parks of Hamilton County coming through right now.
They have 21 parks in Hamilton County, and they do such a beautiful job with all of their different activities.
Now, unless I am mistaken, those are the good folks from Sunbelt Bakery.
You're right.
I'm going to tell you right now, I will eat me a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar.
They look really
I
good.
may have one in my bag right now. I'm not even playing.
And Cincy Italia, great West Side Festival.
Oh, boy, you're not kidding there.
At St. Catherine over on the west side. I just love that festival. Let's go down to catch up with Brian Pena. He is with Local 12's Brad Steinke right now at Great American Ballpark. Brad.
That's right. The countdown to first pitch continues here. Brian Pena, nice enough to stop by after taking some BP. Opening day, fantastic all around Major League Baseball, but certainly more so here in Cincinnati. What does it mean to you?
I mean, there is no doubt. I think it's all about our fans. You know, it's all about how great a tradition we have, you know, here in Cincinnati. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing to see everybody with big smiles on their faces, and you know, especially the younger ones. You know, I think you know, for us to have the opportunity to represent the city, for us to have the opportunity to represent the fans, is something that you know, I'm very proud of. And you know, I can't wait to go out there and play the game, and you know, and trying to win today.
What is it like to take the optimism and energy from spring training out in Goodyear to make it play out in Major League Baseball's 162-game long grind?
Well, I mean, there is nothing like home, you know, especially in front of our fans, you know, the best fans in the world. You know, I think, you know, everybody knows how excited we are about our team this year. Everybody knows that, you know, we're ready to compete. And, you know, it's a long season, like you say. You know, a lot of things can happen. But, you know, right now we're not just thinking about 162 games. You know, we're thinking about today. And then, you know, and then we go from there. But, you know, it's special. It's special. It's a blessing for me, you know, especially to be, you know, out here and I can't wait. I can't wait to go out there and and compete.
I saw in your Twitter account, you just say, I'm a great person. You are a great person. Have a great season.
Oh, thank you guys. God bless you.
Brian Pena stopping by. Thanks to you. We'll send it back to you. Yeah, Lever's Twitter account. It doesn't say anything about him, just says, I'm a great person. Can't ask for more than that.
That's
right?
really wonderful.
He's honest. He's modest. Good stuff.
And always a smile on that guy's face. I mean, one of those guys who you can tell truly loves to play the game.
He's so happy to be part of opening day. Just
Energy,
like Aiken High School's band. Students from 7th through 12th grades playing some funky hip-hop music from Aiken High School. Let's listen in. So the Brewing Heritage Trail is represented here today, and one of the things on their float, it says, in 1880, Selling Beer got the Reds kicked out of the league, and they responded by forming their own league.
We're here interviewing live.
And now it's a huge tradition, right? And there are 3 stops on the Brewing Heritage Trail at Great American Ballpark, and they're unveiling those nameplates today for opening day. Crowd's thinning out here on Fountain Square as we get toward the end of the Findlay Market opening day parade. Let's get another trivia question, Bob. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this. What team has played the Reds most often on opening day?
Is it the Pirates?
It sure feels like it, because John Gum this morning on Good Morning Cincinnati referred to a lot of, most snow on opening day, most rain, these kinds of things. It seemed like the Pirates came up a couple of times.
Oh, it does. And, the first opening day game was against the Pittsburgh Alleghenies, not the Pirates.
The Pittsburgh
Alleghenies.
Nice.
But that's my guess, the Pirates, but
we'll see.
I wouldn't bet money on it. Let's put it that way.
The answer for you coming up.
Do you recognize that bathtub, Bob?
Got to be from Arnold's, right?
Yes.
My goodness gracious.
Cincinnati's oldest pub.
Oh, my.
1861. As old as baseball. Good old Arnold's.
It's funny.
Street.
We talk about the crowd starting to, quote unquote, thin out down here. There's still thousands of people down here on Fountain Square.
And they have the Cincinnati Reds hat on the Bachfest goat there.
And why not?
Of course. It's a Cincinnati tradition. Something smells really good. I don't know if that's blowing up from the block party all the way up here.
Not going to lie, I almost jumped out of our tent when the Glears Geta people drove by. I thought, man, if you got Geta in the back of that thing.
I know. And Queen City Sausage came by. That made me hungry, too. I could go for one of those spicy Mets that you make on the grill, Bob.
Oh, boy. You're not kidding.
I might get one at the ballpark.
Are you lucky enough you're going to the game?
I'm going to the game.
I'm going to the game,
so excited.
I'm very excited about it.
Just to get personal for a second, my little boy, it's his first opening day game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to have so much fun.
I know. We're really excited to take him.
The 96th Findlay Market Opening Day Parade continues here on Local 12, commercial free. You're not going to see it commercial free anywhere else, by the way.
There's Mr. Cincinnati down there, Mr. Jim Tarbell.
Oh, he's out. Oh, boy. He's in the tails of the top hat.
Yep. Good old Jim.
We talk about...
He's got to be so happy with what's happening over the ride.
Oh, my goodness.
The resurgence of Over the Ride.
We're going to be live in just a minute.
And Tim is with Mr. Tarbell right now.
Thanks for coming out.
How many years is this in the parade?
This is about 30.
30th?
Yeah.
That's a long time,
Yeah,
Tim.
it's a long time for anything. But, it gets easier here. It just builds on itself, and it's so wonderful.
Well, what's this day all about?
Well, this is all about coming together for Cincinnati. It's certainly about baseball and about hometown, but it's about this sense of community that it represents. When the chips are down, people come together. Here we are underneath the Lady of the Fountain.
Right.
And it doesn't get any better than this.
Like nowhere else in the nation, right?
I don't think so.
Jim, thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Mr. Jim Tarbell, and we're listening to the North College Hill High School Marching Band, the Sound of Troy Marching Band. Up All Night. They were just playing Up All Night. It sounded great.
Barbara Baxter and the Sugar Pills, the all-girl ukulele band.
Okay.
I did not know there was such a thing.
Didn't either, but I love their colorful outfits.
Baxter founded the organization and is a cancer survivor, by the way.
Oh, that's great. She started it to help people feel better when they're ill. Isn't it? What a nice thing.
And I think Tim is with them now.
Now, where can I see this group perform?
You're going to have to ask them. They do different benefits.
Where is it I can see you folks perform? You do different benefits and things like that?
Yes, we're all about feeling good while you're getting through some difficult situations. So we're the Sugar Pills. We like to add music to everything. It makes you feel better.
Thank you so much, ladies. Play away, won't you?
The Sugar Girls.
Aren't they sweet? I love that. I love that.
It's rarely you find a group of 4 people who will all play the ukulele at once. We got them here, and they're helping people feel better. I like
Knights
that.
of Columbus, they've got a big ship going by. Okay, let's get that trivia answer.
All right.
What team has played the Reds most often on opening day? My guess was the Pirates. Did you have a guess?
I would have gone with Pirates, too.
Pittsburgh, okay. What is the answer? What team has played the
Cubbies.
Chicago
Okay.
Cubs? 29 times
Okay.
they have played on opening day.
Ooh.
Pirates was the second most. Okay.
So we were close. We were on the right track at
Not
least,
too
right?
far off. Very good.
What was your first clue?
Okay, coming down 5th Street right now, you are going to see the big Fez hat, Syrian Shrine hat coming down. It's all lit up once we get by these good folks on the tractors around
I love
the bend.
those guys.
Love it. But the big Syrian Shrine Fez hat that you see there all lit up, can I tell you a personal story?
Yes, please do.
The gentleman who checks the light bulbs to make sure that the giant Fez hat is still doing what it needs to do lives on my street.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Is the Fez parked on your street?
And so every once in a while, you will look up and you will see, bright as the sun, the Syrian Fez hat.
That's pretty cool.
It's awesome. That's when I knew I moved on the right street.
It goes with your Christmas lights in March.
That's right. That's right.
But, I mean, the Syrian Shrine, they do such great things.
They sure
of
do.
course, they support Shriners Hospital for kids with burns. They put on the Syrian Shrine Circus. They bring smiles to children's faces.
And think of how many different groups that we've seen go by who their whole goal, the reason they exist is to do just that, to make somebody smile, to make somebody feel better, and then they come out and be part of this great event today.
To raise money, you know, to fight illness.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful.
You ever been on the pedal wagon?
I have not.
Oh.
I've heard about the pedal wagon.
Girl, we got to get you on the pedal wagon.
Oh, I'm scared.
Until you've been on the pedal wagon with Perry Shively and with Adam Clements, you've not been on the pedal wagon.
Okay. Now, it looks like they're having a bachelorette party on there. I think that's probably just part of the float, but it looks like they're having a bachelorette party. They've got a bride on there. There's Tim. Tim's getting on the pedal wagon.
Oh, there he goes.
He's taking a seat at the bar on the pedal wagon. Hey,
You're working hard, Tim. We see you. Are you actually pedaling or are you along for the ride?
I'm simply along for the ride. There's about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 young ladies on here. Seems like a bachelor party. I will be back. I'll be back in the studio tomorrow.
Tim, have fun there, Tim.
Oh, this lady's daughter is getting married, and the young lady is up here in the front. Right. So I'll return to work
tomorrow. It really is a bachelorette party then.
It is, and I'll return to work tomorrow.
They They might require Tim to do something that he might not want to do if it's a bachelorette party.
What happens on the pedal wagon stays on the pedal wagon.
I love these guys on the segways in the bee costumes.
And they're with the Bunbury Music Festival, yeah.
Bunbury Music Festival, which gets bigger and better every year. This year taken over by a new promotions company. It's going to be huge. And they're love the segways. Have you gone on the Segway tour? Yep. We went together.
Yeah, I was say other than the one that we all kind of did,
that was really great.
It really is cool.
It's such a neat way to see the city from another perspective.
And I'm not going to lie, they're fun to ride.
They are so much fun. I thought it would be really difficult, but it was not. There's Weiland Builders going by, rounding third and heading home. And the Wiz, 101.1.
Now, wait a minute. Are we coming up to the end of it?
End of the parade, yep. No, we're not.
We are told no, but I'm looking down 5th Street. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't see anybody.
I don't see anything else coming. And I see people hitting the street.
Well, we are told.
Okay.
There's apparently a large semi that will eventually be headed our way. But for right now, we still got some dancers making their way along 5th Street. We have a lot of people starting to cross the street now. No doubt some making their way down to Great American Ballpark. Others heading down, maybe not for the game, but to just head down because that's where the action will be next at the block party. And, of course, you've got sports bars all over town where people will be heading next to taking the game.
That's right. It's going to be one big continuous party. Most of the bars and clubs, of course, opened at like 8:30 or 10 this morning, but they're going to be open until the middle of the night. We're wrapping up the parade, but our coverage continues here until 2:30 on Local 12. And then there's a special pregame show, Fox Sports pregame, live from Great American Ballpark. That starts at 2:30. And don't switch that dial.
Don't go anywhere.
Because we're airing the game. 4:10 start against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we need some revenge.
Sheila, are you ready to make your call right now? Are you ready to give us a prediction on what is going to happen during today's game?
Reds win.
Reds win. I like that. I like the way you think. I think everybody would love to see a couple things happen. Everybody wants to see Billy Hamilton get on base and steal a base.
Everyone wants to see Joey Votto make a home run. And
Absolutely.
See those fireworks going off from the outfield.
Get those things flying, and hopefully Cueto will go out there and just mow him down, do what he does.
His 4th opening day start, and that was a trivia question earlier this morning. Only one person's done that longer than Cueto. It's Mario Soto.
Mario Soto.
He did it 5 times.
Yeah, back in the 80s, Mario Soto was
getting
it done.
Cueto had to go home a little bit during spring training to attend to some family affairs in the Dominican Republic. But he's back. He feels great. He's happy to be here.
And one of the best in the game.
I mean
not just the ace of our staff, but one of the best in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Marty Brenneman was telling our Local 12 sports anchor Brad Steinke earlier, and Brad Johansson as well, that he's a little bit more concerned about starting pitching this season than he is about the bullpen.
Yeah, he seemed confident about the bullpen.
He likes the bullpen. Yeah, he's really confident about the bullpen. A little bit more concerned about starting pitching.
Well, we know Homer won't be getting back into the rotation here for a little while.
He's on the DL.
He's injured, and you've got Latos is gone.
Right.
So you've got some new guys in there at the back end of the rotation, so it'll be interesting to see how things come together. But, hey, if those come together right, there's no telling what could happen for the Redlegs this year.
Live look atop Fountain Square. There was a little boy there who had one of those foam fingers.
Yeah.
You know what? Today, the Reds are number 1.
They absolutely are.
They are number 1 in the league, number 1 in the division.
All of those things.
It's a clean slate for baseball. Greatest day to be a Cincinnatian, opening day. The parade is over, but the party is just getting started.
It is
at Great American Ballpark and all around the city.
And again, if you happen to be hanging out at home, you're at work and lucky enough to be near a television, you just keep it right here on Local 12. We've got the Fox Sports Ohio pregame show. That is coming up next. The first pitch is scheduled for 4:10, and you'll see it all right here on Local 12.
let's get some closing thoughts from Brad Johansson and Brad Steinke down at Great American Ballpark.
Brad 1,
Thank
Brad
you.
2.
Brad 1, Brad 2. I like it. Closing thoughts. My first opening day. You've done a lot of these. What do you expect to see today and the rest of the season?
Opening day is usually not very good when baseball starts in Cincinnati. They just don't play well on opening day. But this is kind of that matchup. Take it back to playoffs a couple of years ago with Liriano and Cueto on the mound. Johnny is usually good for one bad inning, and then he'll settle down. This is a team that I think is excited to go into the year without a whole lot of expectations, without people thinking too much of them. And I just talked to Josh Harrison, Princeton grad from Cincinnati, Reds killer now. and I said, what's it like to have expectations on the Pirates, that the Pirates are now division leaders, that they may be that. He goes, I get used to this. So it's going to be very interesting, a very tough month for Cincinnati. They need to get started quickly.
And they have to be healthy, like any team. Brad, I appreciate you handing the baton in a sense to me.
Nice to have you here, man. It's a great day to start on opening day, isn't it?
It's going to be a blast, and we'll have more later today on Local 12, so we'll send it back to you.
Brad and Brad, thank you so much.
Fellas, thank you. And if the baseball's not enough today, we do want to remind you about the next big event on Local 12 tonight, the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, right?
Yeah, there's this little thing of a basketball game to figure out, the championship game with Duke and Wisconsin. Those are a couple of really tough teams. That is going to be a good game.
Spend a lot of time with Local 12.
Thank you so much for joining us for the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade, wrapping it up there with the Liberty Tax Service float. And we want to remind you that you can see Local 12 News today at 5 on the CW if you want to switch over from the baseball game.
That's right, Local 12.2. You can find it on 20 on most cable systems, 25 on DirecTV. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Let's go Reds!
Let's go Red Legs. I'm Sheila Gray. This is Bob Herzog, and we're so glad you spent a little bit of your opening day with us.